From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, we have not played this game in forever!
Well, it's like charades, but only using the mouth. That's all you get to figure it out. It's a little bit tricky without a doubt. If you didn't know, now you know what it's about. It's time to play Mouth Charades, the best game you've ever played. It's time to play Mouth Charades. If you can figure it out, then you've got it made.
You know how much I love mouse charades.
Look of disgust on your face right now.
Oh, that's every day.
Good one.
So mouse charades, exactly like real charades, only you give the clues with your mouth. Dammit Maury is the clue giver. Again,
I'm the mouth.
You are the mouth. There's no moving of your body. No doing any of those things, okay? It's just sounds. That's all you're allowed to do for the clues. It is myself, Roz, against Mocha. Historically, I have been not good at this game.
Factually.
What would you say the current, like it's like 6 you, 5 me kind of thing, or?
Huh?
Oh.
In wins?
Yeah.
It's like 100 to nothing.
Okay, I've never won mouth charades.
Never.
Okay, so would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
No, it's always the loser goes first.
Okay, Dammit Maury, the worst clue giver on the face of the earth. If we can start with me.
If this is your first time hearing, you're going to hear a ding to signify the 30 seconds Dammit Maury has to give his clues, and then it ends with a double buzz.
Okay.
Dammit Maury, are you ready?
Yes.
That is like a screeching nana. That is an exorcism, possessed by the devil.
Oh, there it is.
What was that?
What the hell was that?
You're all like red in the face and
dial-up internet sound from the 90s.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, now it's coming to you? You're like, oh, yeah, that's it.
No. See, this is my thing, man, right? Like, the fix is in on this game. That is not even remotely close to... You didn't even do any of that... like, any of that stuff. No. Go, okay. Mocha's turn.
Hang on.
Nobody at home listening got that, by the way. Not one single person got it.
A sprinkler. Like opening a beer or a can of Coke.
Shut up.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Shut up.
It says really? Right here, opening a beer.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
Shut up. No.
Was it this part?
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you guys, I swear to God.
What?
I swear to God.
It's very distinct.
No.
Yeah, beer. Is that beer opening?
No, stop it. Next. You guys, the fix is in on this game. So I'm going to figure out how you guys do this.
I don't know, man. You just...
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, me now. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's have it.
Yeah, okay.
Give me your best.
Just do better.
Give me your best. Oh. Like the air being... Water being let out of, like air being let out of a balloon.
I don't know what that is.
What the outside of an airplane sounds like on the wing of a plane. Under the wind beneath my wings.
Radio static.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Honestly,
you work in radio.
Honestly,
that to me sounded like air or wind.
Honestly, that was Bette Midler. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Nobody's getting these at home, by the way. There's not one single person.
Yeah, that last one I wouldn't have been able to
to.
figure out. That sounded like wind.
Okay.
Ready? Mm-hmm. A horse. A goat.
It's always a goat. One of them always sounds like a goat.
A plane. Oh, a car. Like a race car or something. a car driving fast.
Yes.
Maury, when he's close, okay, when I'm close, you never look at me and go with your finger, go, yeah, more.
You've never been close. You said Bette
Shut
Midler.
up. Stop it.
All right, so that's 2-0 me.
Stop it.
Okay.
This game is awful.
Here we go. Another one for Roz.
Yeah,
Ready?
Yeah. Race car. Goat.
Yeah.
What was it?
Goat.
Are you serious?
I just said goat because I said one of them always sounds like a goat. So
really?
I literally just went with goat.
Baby goat.
No.
Hit my thing. Give me the thing. Where's my ding?
There you go.
Holy
2-1.
jeez.
2-1. Wow.
Now who's the good clue
Okay,
giver?
Hold on now. I gotta sit up in my chair. I gotta sit up. I'm in this.
Back in the game.
I got a chance to win.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Mocha word.
Pushing out a poo. Pushing out a pee. Lifting something heavy. Pushing out a baby.
Yes. And
Is
I've
it?
never been in a delivery room.
Okay. Also, I have to go back and just investigate something you said, Mocha.
What?
Which was pushing out a pee.
Yeah, I don't know.
You need to see a urologist if that's how you sound when you gotta pee. So is that it then?
That's it. 3-1
Okay.
for me.
Pushing out a pee.
And that's how you play mouth charades.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I had cheese pasta last night.
Oh, and?
Dying over here.
You look like you can't see.
So heavy.
You're blinking your eyes like crazy.
No,
Is it
it's
messed up your vision?
No, it's so heavy.
How many cheeses? Like a 3 cheese?
No, it was
A 4
it
cheese?
was a 1 cheese.
Uh-huh.
Rocks made it, and
Yeah.
so I just destroyed it. But it was like,
You still look sleepy.
yeah, I am. I'm having I'm in a fog today, man. Yeah, like,
Oh, no.
yeah, it's wild.
Need to be held up?
It was basically like mac and cheese. It was, but they called it like cheese pasta. It had green beans in it and stuff. I mean, I had a salad on the side, but
Doesn't matter.
everything else in that bowl was wheat, cheese, cream.
I couldn't do it anymore.
Like, I'm
At
just
all.
dying right now.
Did you fall asleep
Don't
right
get me
after?
wrong. It was delicious. Like, it was delicious.
Before you answer the fall asleep question.
Yeah.
What time did you have this meal at?
We had it early, but then I got hungry again afterwards, so I had to have a hot dog.
Hold on. After a cheesy, heavy ass pasta, you were hungry
Yeah.
after?
Yeah.
Well, what time did you eat that pasta at?
5:30,
And then what time did you have the hot dog at?
8:45.
Even still.
5:30 is too early for me to eat. I can't eat at 5:30. Messes my whole system up.
So you had 1 hot dog?
No, listen. I had
3 hot dogs.
No. Shush. Okay, stop being so judgy with those
6 hot
pursed
dogs?
lips of yours. Okay.
How many hot dogs?
6 hot dogs. What kind of animal do you think I am? 6 hot dogs.
5 hot
What am I
dogs?
going for the gold? No. I had
hot
2
dogs.
hot dogs.
Okay, 2 hot dogs.
Okay, fine, fair enough. They were microwaved, so they become smaller. Like everything
Yeah.
just sort of clumps together, right?
Yeah, like a 3-bite.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
I had cheese pasta, and then I had 2 hot dogs afterwards, and then I went to bed last night just feeling so gross about myself and every decision I made in life up to that point.
Did you
of
fall
how I
asleep
allowed
right
that
after
to
the 2
happen.
hot dogs? On the couch?
Okay, did I fall asleep or was I almost like I was comatose, right? There's a difference. Like when I'm
not Oprah over here asking you.
I didn't so much before bed.
Were you sleepy or were you sleeping?
Okay, before bed, I didn't so much wake up on the couch as I did come to.
Okay.
Okay.
So you were still like conscious, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was still, what, like medically speaking, was I conscious? Yes.
Right, just say you fell asleep. Was there brain activity?
Yeah.
Yes, there
Oh, my
was.
God, but no, like it was, but everything just tastes so good. Like the problem is food just tastes so good.
No, I know.
Right? Like,
Especially the
everything
food
just
that's bad
tastes
for
so
you.
good.
Right? Or not, let's not say bad for you. The food that's probably not the best choice, like the
No.
healthiest.
No.
It's always
Yeah.
so delicious.
You couldn't be more right. Before dinner, I had my first ever bag of flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah, before dinner. You had flaming hot Cheetos appetizer last night? Okay,
Did Matthew
I feel
know,
much
or
better about myself right
Did
now.
you have to sneak that?
No, I shared it with Matthew.
Oh.
It was our first ever, but they really are flaming hot.
You think
And-
that's flaming hot? That's not flaming hot. A flaming hot Cheeto's not flaming
We were
hot.
both running around the condo looking for water.
Don't you know where the water is?
I know, but when your eyes are all watery, you don't know where the water is.
I could close my house. I can close my eyes, right, and stand at the front door of my house.
Yeah.
And navigate the entire house.
Yes.
With my eyes closed.
Yes.
How is it that in a
I could find the toenail clippers and give myself a pedicure.
How is it that in a 200 square foot condo,
900,
the two of you are running around looking for water?
It's, like a cartoon. We're like, oh my God, where's the water?
Where's the water? Can you imagine being at home and yelling, where's the water? Anyway, I feel great today.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Macaulay Culkin had a kid, huh?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who's he married or
a woman
dating?
named Brenda Song. They
Okay.
welcomed the first kid together. They say they are overjoyed.
How old is Macaulay Culkin now?
How old's Macaulay Culkin? More, you're the Macaulay Culkin expert.
Like in his 30s?
40. Oh, that's
Is it
right.
really?
Remember he turned 40 and everybody made a big deal?
Oh,
If you want
okay.
to feel old today, it's Macaulay Culkin's birthday and he just turned
Okay.
40.
All right.
Remember when that all happened?
Yeah,
we were all
yeah.
like, shut up. Which is weird because I always thought that there was a much larger age difference between myself and Macaulay Culkin because I remember first seeing Home Alone. And in Home Alone, he was like a little tiny kid, and I was much older.
Right.
Like I always figured, just living life, I figured that there was a much larger age difference.
Yeah.
Between
I know, the
me
timeline doesn't
and
add up.
Macaulay Culkin. Like, how old are you, Maury?
43.
43. So you are 3 years older than Macaulay Culkin.
That's true.
I would have. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to exclude
never
you, Mocha,
guessed
but I
that.
know that if I asked you your age right now, you
way younger.
Thank you.
Way younger.
But I look much better
Then
Macaulay Culkin.
No, you don't.
think?
No, you
Yeah.
In what way?
Skin texture.
Skin texture.
No.
Who
With
thinks
them
about
bags,
stuff like
bro,
that?
under your eye? Look at that.
No, there's no. What are you talking about? I put cream under there every day.
You need more cream.
Your eyes are very black right now.
Yeah,
I'm
and
looking
puffy.
at you on the camera. Why are your eyes so black right now?
It's the lighting in the
No,
room.
it's not.
Oh.
It's a black under
It
your
looks
eye.
like it looks like you got into a tussle last night.
Those bags are so. You know what they look like? You know when you go to IKEA and you get them big blue bags?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like you got hanging from under
What does
your
it look
eyeballs.
By the way, Brenda Song she starred in The Secret Life of Zack
Forget
and
about
Cody.
that. Look at your. Why aren't you? What is the matter with you right now? Are you
Do
not
you have
sleeping?
Do you have a late night?
No, I have no. Went to bed at 10.
Tilt your
Oh,
head
okay.
back a little tiny bit for me, and then bring it down slowly. I'm going to wait for them to pop up. Oh, here they come. Here they come.
Yeah,
Boom,
look at
right
that.
there.
Damn. Wow,
Damn.
crazy.
No, you don't look well. And I say this like from a place of.
Well, then I'm wasting my money on cream. I put literally
What
3
creams are
eye
you
creams
using?
under there.
You got to stop. I think that,
Yeah.
remember in Mean Girls when she was giving the girls those protein bars, but it actually made them fat?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that
yeah.
somebody's goofing on you with that eye cream.
You're out of your mind.
It looks like, I swear to God, you're rubbing a Sharpie on your face before you come to work in the morning.
Oh, man. It's
true.
Macaulay Culkin.
It's
Back
like
to
you have
Macaulay
one of
Culkin.
these,
Hold on.
and like you look in the
Yes.
mirror and you're like this every day.
Okay, more. Yeah. Hold on. And I don't mean to
My
say this
God.
disparagingly. Don't get me wrong. I look terrible most days. Okay, but Maury, here, just look right at your camera for a second more. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take a picture of you, right? And then here, you tell me if we're crazy.
What's up with my eyes?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Happy birthday.
Thank you,
It's
buddy.
your birthday, correct?
It is.
Yes, it is.
You guessed. Were you worried for a sec? Be honest.
No.
You were worried for a split second.
No, some kid on Twitter just.
Oh.
I want to thank Barry Chow on Twitter, who posted a real cool birthday thing for you. He's the one that acknowledged it.
Okay.
So if you would like
just
to
to-
also,
Just to be clear, it's not in your calendar.
I don't even know where my calendar is on my phone. It's 925-555 if you want to wish Mocha a happy birthday. So did you do birthday stuff over the weekend then, or what did you? How did you?
Yeah, we ended up just doing something small yesterday.
What could you
at the
do
house.
though? Because this is now your second.
It's my second COVID birthday.
It's your second COVID birthday, right?
Jenna had ordered a cake.
Yeah.
From like a person she follows on Instagram, local person.
Like 6 months ago, because that's how long it takes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know if it was 6 months, but it
Yeah.
was from a little while.
Yeah.
Just support local as
Sure,
well.
sure.
So she got a cake and we just had that. We did that.
Yeah. It's
Cake.
like nothing you can do, right?
Nothing.
No, it's wild. I had to go to I called Home Hardware.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's the process here?
Uh-huh.
Like, what do I even do? And they were like, well, we don't know really. So we're not doing online orders. So just like come down to the store and just let us know what you need. And I'm like knock on the door and let you know what I need. And the guy's like,
coming over for a cup of sugar?
Yeah. And the guy's like, yeah. And I go, okay. So I drove over to Home Hardware.
Yeah.
And I was second in line, and I waited for the girl in front of me to be finished, and they have a table out front. And then it was my turn. The guy's like, what do you need? I go, well, I need a barbecue scraper. And then the guy goes, okay, hold on. And I go, no. And he left.
Oh, no.
And then he comes back with 6 barbecue scrapers. And he goes, which one do you want? And I'm like, well, let me see here. I'll take this one. And then the girl behind me goes, oh, I need a barbecue scraper too. But not the one he's having. I read bad things about that one.
So you're second guessing your,
so now
your order now?
Exactly. And I can't go in and look.
Yeah.
So then I get the barbecue scraper, and then the guy walks back, and I go, and I need contractor size garbage bags. And he goes, okay, comes back 3 boxes. Which ones do you want? And I go, I don't know, like the middle ones. How much are those? He goes, these are 8. He has to go through the whole prices of all of them. And he goes, okay, cool. Do you need a bag? And I go, oh, no, wait, man. Moth traps. He goes back in.
It's such
goes
a
back
process.
in. He comes back out with 6 different kinds of moth traps. Asks me which ones I want. Has to go through and break down all the prices, everything else. Then whether I need a bag. And I don't this took they were very efficient and very cool.
For sure.
But oh my God.
I know.
The world. It is so wild. It's so wild.
Did curbside pickup for an order from Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
I needed new saw blades.
Yeah.
Right? A pack of blades, and I needed windshield fluid.
Oh, God. Would that take you 2 hours of your day?
So it was, I mean, again, I understand the stores are doing their thing. So you have to have a little bit of patience, right?
Yes.
But it was like a long drive through to get to somebody to help you.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's my turn.
Right.
And they bring out all my windshield fluid. But I'm like, what about it's a small pack of 6 blades, right?
I just need my blades,
and they're like,
man.
oh, it's not ready yet.
Yeah. Okay.
And I checked the order, and it said like Saturday, April 17th.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
No. And I was like, but I'm here now.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything? And she was like, and the girl was really nice. She was like, let me just go see, right? And she came back without the blades. And she was like, unfortunately,
back next week?
Yeah, she was like, our online, like the online orders, the curbside orders are done in a specific way. And I was like, I know which aisle they're in. Like, if I could just tell you.
Yeah.
But I don't want to mess.
FaceTime me. I'll tell you left and rightsies.
Like,
Leftsies, rightsies.
I don't want to mess with their thing.
No, you can't. It's terrible. Anyway, we are doing curbside pickup for birthday shout-outs for Mocha. So if
we
you
have
like
multiple available.
Yes, all lanes are currently open. It's at 925-555 if you want to get in on that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Happy birthday, Mocha.
Thank you. It feels great to be a part of Gen Z.
You look good today.
Gen Z now. For the first 10 years of the show, you were a millennial. Now
is that what I said?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it Gen Z younger?
Yes. Okay.
What's after Gen Z? Alpha, I think.
What's before Gen Z? So
like what's going to happen after Gen Z? I think it's Generation Alpha.
Like
is
my
what I
kid?
read. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 10 years, I'll do that.
Damon Mori has something prepared, as Damon Mori always does for somebody's birthday on the show. What's your plan for today, Moore?
I thought I would do, since Mocha enjoys the rap music, I thought I would do a rap song.
Okay. Like rap.
Wow.
Is this an original, or is this something like you're paying tribute to somebody?
No, it's an original. God. Wish me luck.
Okay.
Jeez.
I'm looking forward to this.
Okay. So what do you have? Is there a beat? What do you need?
Yeah.
Or are you going to do...
No, I'm not going to do the...
Okay.
No, I have there's a piece of music.
Okay. Here we go. I have not heard this yet, Mocha.
Oh, you haven't?
No. I have no idea what's coming up.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
Look at the dossier. What does it say? Mocha's birthday. Don't block the doorway. Here he comes. Mocha's birthday. You make more mouths laugh than Seth Meyers. You work those lips more than Jane Fonda's hips. There's no one like him. If so, time to apprehend. Be a good friend. Let's make the man trend. He wears a lot of hats because he's bought a lot of hats, which means he's got a lot of hats. But he calls him Cap because he mocha frap. He eat a lot of pasta, but it don't show. Duh. Because he's always yelling, watch a man wrestling. Look at the dossier. What does it say? Mocha's birthday. Oh,
Can you go back to the part where you're talking about the hats that I wear?
Oh, that's my favorite part.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start. 3, 2, 1.
He wear a lot of hats because he's bought a lot of hats, which means he's got a lot of hats.
That's like.
Thank you, by the way. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Also, this may be the only rap track where somebody has attempted to wish somebody a happy birthday by rhyming birthday with dossier.
Thank you.
I have a question about the lyrics that you wrote down, right? At the very, very beginning of the song, you did.
Brap-bap-bap.
Yeah, did you actually write that down on the paper?
Yeah. Brap-bap-bap.
Oh my God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, damn it, Maury, come in here for 1 second. I'll ask a question to you, Mocha. I'll ask the same question to Maury.
Okay.
People were asked to name the most stressful person in their life.
How long you got?
The most stressful. Not all the stressful, Maury. The most stressful. Want to take a shot at what the number one is?
Is it your spouse?
No. Mother-in-law.
No, your spouse is number one. Your spouse or
really?
your partner is number one. Your in-laws, Maury, are way down at number 9 with only 2%.
They've not met mine.
Oh, here we go.
Really? Care to explain?
Nope.
But if they're that stressful, why deal with them on a regular basis?
Yeah.
I guess is the main question. When it comes to somebody like a spouse, that's the person you can't. It's unavoidable at that point, right?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did they do the survey pre-COVID or during COVID? Because I think the answers might have been different pre-COVID.
Interesting. It is new,
Good
but
point,
it's overwhelming though. Like it's like 1 in 4 people said their spouse or their partner.
I broke the stress meter when my husband started working from home.
Right. Well, yeah, your whole life changed. Number 2 on the list is your boss.
I was going to say work.
Yeah. Your parents.
Uh-huh.
At number 3.
Now you said person, but can I ask, is your pet on there?
No, your pet is not on there.
Hold
your
on.
neighbor is, though, down at number 10.
Good one. Yeah.
Why is your neighbor stressing you
honestly,
out?
when you put the key in the lock, you don't need to jiggle it and try and see if the door is closed. Your door's locked, okay? Settle down.
And an X is at number 8. Yes.
Are you like standing at your front
he
door?
snoops. Maury comes in.
Like with the ear to the door?
You know when Maury
to
comes
hear
in
when
some
people
days and he has that big red circle in the middle of his forehead?
Yeah.
That's because he stands for hours looking through the peephole.
Like how
Right,
would
with
you
his
know?
head resting against the condo door.
I need to know what's going on.
Right. A family member is at number 5, and your kids is at number 4 with 7%. Who's the most stressful person in your life, Mocha?
I would say right now is our toddler.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's a constant battle
sure.
in the house.
Sure.
Jenna, like zero stress whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's definitely our toddler.
Right. Maury's most stressful person in your life.
Like, should I say something else just to shock you, or can I say Matthew?
You can say Matthew.
Because it's Matthew, but
Okay.
I just wanted to blow your mind and say something else and lie. But no, it's my
it'll
husband.
be true.
100%
Yeah, it's
Matthew.
100% Matthew.
Yeah.
Why? Is it just because he's home all the time?
No,
and
it's
that
like
you're-
every little
There's
thing.
no escape. They live in a
there's
tiny
no escape,
place.
and
They
there's
got a
every
dog.
like if I didn't put a dish in the dishwasher properly,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
need to, address it like you're giving a speech.
Not
Just
everything's a
change it.
thing, right?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Yeah, let me help out the situation because I thought really hard about this.
And if I want to do a TikTok video,
yeah.
don't go and do your hair and brush your teeth.
Okay.
Why? He wants to look good. Take notes.
I'll give you one guess on who the most stressful person in my life is.
Who?
Maury.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. When you have nothing to say, why do you always say it to us?
Happy Monday and welcome to it. Deepa Prashad is here and we're going through the DMs.
You couldn't wait till I took a sip from my water.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, okay, I guess we're ready.
Finish your sip. It's fine.
Well, okay, you feel better if I had a sip of my water?
Okay, so our DMs are always open. Deepa is in charge of the DMs. Every day she's going to come on here and try and get through as many of your DMs as we possibly can. Deepa, go ahead.
Okay, this is a very, very serious question. It comes from Anonymous. Hi, Roz and Mocha. I have a question and need advice. My boyfriend wants to get engaged, but we're having an issue with the ring. I'm picky about what the ring looks like, but he wants to get anything. Is this something I should not be picky about?
Now, do you mean picky as in style, or do you mean picky as in he's fine with something that's $300, you want something that's $3,000?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a mix of all of those things.
Well, yeah.
There has to be a common ground. There has to be some sort of compromise, in my opinion. And I think those are very important questions that need to be answered, whether it's size and price.
Yeah.
Right?
I understand if there's style. Like, I can't see an argument going down where he's like, you should have a princess cut. And she's like, I don't want a princess cut. I want, you know what I mean? Like, I can't see that argument happening.
Yeah.
So to me, this seems like it's going to be about the price, right? And this is something that you are buying together. This is something that is, I guess, an investment. It's usually a big purchase, and it means a lot in the sense that it's probably one of the first big purchases that a lot of couples, sort of make jointly together when you're about to get engaged. So don't buy something you can't afford. That's and you have to have that real conversation. There's nothing stopping you from years later if you're both doing better and money's coming in. You buy, you upgrade the ring, right? You can do that, but don't go in a huge debt for an engagement ring when you can't afford it.
Yeah.
I've heard lots of times that people are like, oh, you have to spend 4 months' salary on your partner's engagement ring.
BS
and
stuff
I was like,
right there.
what?
That was
4 months' salary?
That was created. That was a marketing scheme created by a diamond company. I think it was maybe People's Jewelers years ago. And they used it in a television commercial where they just created this thing called 3 month salary. And then that became the standard to what people would use to buy a ring. But this wasn't some sort of math done by wedding experts. This was done by people who sell diamonds who wanted to get people to buy more expensive diamonds, because before that, engagement rings weren't really diamond rings, right?
They were just like rings that look nice.
Yeah, the engagement ring wasn't really a thing like it was then until these diamond companies came up with these slogans of like 3-4 month salary. And it worked.
It's crazy. Like when my fiance and I, we were talking about engagement and stuff. I was like, dude, I don't really care about the ring. It's like we're getting married and that's all that matters. So like whatever we can afford is what we can afford. I went online and I found like the cheapest rings and I was like, here's some cheap options. Let's save our money. So I feel
those are the conversations that need to be had.
So the widely cited rule that you should spend 3 months salary on an engagement ring. This stems from a 1930s De Beers. That's what it was. It wasn't people, it was De Beers advertising campaign that convinced men to spend roughly 1 month's salary on this purchase. By the 1980s, 1 month's salary was no longer the rule, and then it became 2 months salary, and then it became whatever. And it was a marketing campaign, basically, to get people to buy diamonds. And we all fell for it.
So hopefully that helps this anonymous person.
I spent 4 months salary on a lawnmower. You know what I mean?
That shows commitment.
Yeah, I'm not immune to it.
Okay, the next comment is from Aries. Ross talking about how he doesn't wash his feet was very white. Clean your feet.
Was very white. I do clean my feet. What I said was I don't stand there and like bend over with my hand. I use one foot to wash the other foot.
But isn't that like what if your other foot is dirty?
They're both wet.
Go, Deepa, that's exactly what I said to him.
Yeah, like
they're both wet.
Yeah, but if it's wet, like if I wash my hands without soap, it doesn't mean it's clean.
What are you talking? What?
Like, if you're in the shower, right, and you're cleaning your foot, like, let's say that you just bathed in water.
Okay, here's good. Listen, I'm going to explain this to you. Okay, one last time.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, one, I don't care. Okay, but
next DM.
Okay, so this is what happens. I go in the shower. Okay, soap goes under the arms.
Okay.
Okay, and on the undercarriage.
Okay.
Nowhere else. Okay, water gets everything else. As I lather up certain areas, that soap from those areas naturally runs down my body.
No.
And at one point, my feet are sudsy from the soap that has already been used and lathered up and is now running down my legs. When my feet are adequately covered in suds, I use one foot and I mash it on top of the other foot and I rub it really hard against it. And I clean that foot with the soap, right? And then I just switch the process and I do the other one. And then I am spotless.
The look of shock and disgust on Deepa's face right now is the exact same look that I had on my face when Roz told that story before.
What are you doing?
Thank you.
What are you talking about?
Okay, that makes absolutely no sense, Roz.
Do you not lather up in the shower, Deepa?
Yes, but also I don't wait till the stuff from my underarms get to my feet and then lather my whole body with my armpit soap. Like, you put it everywhere and lather it up.
Deepa,
No, you don't.
We're like this.
Listen, I've never had enough time to wash my chest. Right? Never.
How long do you shower for?
Never.
Like, it's like a 5-minute
You
long
have
process.
time to wash your chest.
Nobody actually washes like their thighs.
I do.
What are you
lather
talking
every
about?
part of my
you're
body.
weird. You're weird.
Including
You're
my feet.
weird.
Including in between my toes.
No.
Everything.
Water gets it. Water gets it. You only need water. You only need water.
No.
Yeah, you only need water. A little bit of soap in the armpits, a little in the undercarriage. Everything else, water takes
What do you buy soap,
perfectly
like,
good
once a
care of
year?
it. Listen, I have shampoo in the shower in a container, and it's the same container that I've had in the shower since about 2016.
Oh my.
2017.
Dude.
Is when I got it.
What?
Yeah.
Is it expired?
They don't sell it anymore. Haven't for years.
Yeah, because it's discontinued.
I don't even think the company exists anymore, to be honest with you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, these are the conversations that come out of the DMs that we get. So feel free to send us a DM. You know where our DMs are. Just search for Roz and Mocha on Google and you'll find all of our social platforms there. And every day we'll go through the DMs with Deepa. Thank you, Deepa.
You're welcome.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz just stepped out of the room.
Yeah?
He went to the washroom.
Do you want me to go scare him?
No.
Oh.
If there's anything, damn it, Maury, that you've always wanted to say to Roz, but you were too afraid to say in front of him or to his face, you have the opportunity right now.
But he's coming back into the room right now.
You have the Roz, just step out of the room for a sec.
Oh, why? What'd I do?
Just step out of the room for a sec. If there's anything, because I know.
Okay, so like earlier in
you
the
feel.
show,
Yeah.
you guys were like, facing the other way and I had to judge your butts.
Uh-huh.
He has a really nice butt.
Okay. But you're too afraid to say that to him.
Yeah, because
This is your opportunity, man. Because everybody knows you got like the biggest crush on Roz, right?
Oh, I
He's
know.
out of the room.
Like he looks really good in pants.
So, what are some of the things? Huh? No, close the door. So now this is I'm telling you, man, I'm giving you the platform right now because everybody, we all know that you have like the biggest crush on Roz, right?
I do, I know.
Yeah, we all
Yeah,
know this.
I know.
So now you have the perfect opportunity to like get it all out there. Just say everything that you feel. He's not here right now.
I just think he's like one of the smartest people there possibly could be.
Uh-huh. What else?
Like it's, God broke the mold on him.
Uh-huh. What else? Like what else? What would like
I honestly miss driving him to work because I had that like 10 minutes alone with him.
Yeah.
Where like nobody can intrude and it was just me and him and the doors were locked. So it was like, and we're on a highway so he can't leave.
Okay. That's so weird. Tell me you can come back. Come on back in, buddy. Come on back in. Huh?
You guys have been on the radio a very long time.
No, not long. I just gave Dammit Maury the opportunity to, because you were out of the room, right? I gave Dammit Maury, and we all know, like, he's got, like, the biggest crush on you. So I gave Dammit Maury.
What the? I went pee for 2 minutes.
Yeah. I gave Dammit Maury the opportunity to say on the radio to everyone what he could never express to you face to face.
Honestly, I'm never going pee ever again.
So he said he released his feelings.
Okay.
Right? He said some really nice things.
Oh, no.
And so now we all know how exactly he feels and how creepy he actually is.
I felt pressured into it.
You felt pressured into it. Into speaking from the heart? No wonder your marriage is so solid.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, this Usher Vegas strip club story. So funny.
So explain this to me.
Okay, so there's a rumor that Usher went to a Vegas strip club and tossed out like stacks on stacks, racks on racks of cash that ended up being fake money. They looked real, but they had Usher's face on them rather than what they normally have, right?
Okay.
Presidential faces. So a dancer...
So he had them made?
He had them made.
His own currency?
His own currency. So a dancer posted photos of what they're calling Usherbucks.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
They came in $100 bills, $20 bills, and $1 bills.
Fair enough.
And here's a question that she posted to everyone that follows her. Ladies, what would you do if you danced all night for Usher and he threw you this? And it was the pictures of the money.
Of Usherbucks?
Of Usherbucks. And then people started to drag Usher on social, talking about all the money that he's made over his career. And, you know, he even made a song dedicated to strippers about dancing, making that money. You do you. I don't know if you remember this song, but it's called I Don't Mind.
Shawty, I don't mind if you dance on a pole. That'll make you up. Shawty, I don't mind when you work until 3. If you're leaving with me, go make that money, money, money.
Right? Some people are like, Ush, bruh, you made a song for these dancers. How you gonna be out here at this strip club throwing out fake funds, right?
Oof, that's rough.
So here's the story.
I mean, I guess they could sell them on eBay for more than they're worth, but who has the time for that?
Right. So here's the story. Here's exactly what happened.
Okay.
This is according to TMZ and sources that are talking to them, okay? So it happened at a club called Sapphire in Vegas.
Of course it did.
Never heard of it.
No.
And a rep for the club tells TMZ, Usher did not tip the strippers with Usherbucks.
Oh.
And actually paid real money and even tipped the staff at the strip club, like large amounts of real money. Usher and his crew spent thousands of real dollars on the dancers, on bottle service, on the entire experience at this club in Vegas that I've never been to. Sources close to Usher tell TMZ that somebody in his crew, not Usher, but in Usher's crew, as a joke, left stacks of Usherbucks on the stage as a joke, which is how these Usherbucks ended up getting picked up by this one stripper who then posted on IG, hey, this is what Usher gave to us. So the club is telling TMZ, yes, Usherbucks were there. Mm-hmm. Yes, Usherbucks exist. Mm-hmm. But they were left there as a joke because they were made to promote Usher's Vegas residency that he has coming up.
No, he owes those women the exact amount in real dollars that he left in Usherbucks.
So I don't know exactly how much
Doesn't matter.
Usherbucks were
Count
left,
it all up.
right? And I don't know how much money Usher ended up leaving the dancers and the people who were working there.
No.
It could have been more than like the stacks of Usherbucks that were left.
Doesn't matter.
Right? Who knows? I don't know. I don't have that information.
Yeah.
Nobody said that information.
Yeah. No. That's no joke.
But the story is that he did pay and tip in real dollars, right, to the dancers. He did pay and tip the staff there, the additional staff, real dollars. Bottle service, everything that he purchased with his crew were all paid with real dollars and not Usherbucks.
Yeah. No, he owes them.
But what if
he owes them?
What if the stack of Usherbucks is less than the real money that he ended up leaving?
It doesn't
or
matter.
In addition to.
Doesn't matter. It's in addition to.
Whatever
you left in Usherbucks on that stage or on that floor.
That's on his mans, though.
No, it's not. It's on Usher.
His guy left it
who
as
do
a
they
joke.
work for?
Well,
Who
I
do
guess
they work for?
Usher, yeah.
It's whose face is on that money?
Usher. That's why they're Usherbucks.
They're Usherbucks. Whatever that amount is, you count it up, ladies, and that man owes you because you don't joke like that. It's rude. It's rude. Count it up.
So that is the story. Usher, yes, the Usherbucks were left, but Usher did not only pay in Usherbucks.
Yeah. No. No. Oh, here's. Let me read you this. So this is an Instagram post from the one dancer who came clean with this.
Yes.
She wrote this, y'all hilarious. I'm entitled to ask any question I want. I literally asked a question and y'all ran with it. If funny money is being thrown at an establishment where girls dance for real money, it should have a trade-in value, period.
Okay, there you go.
Period.
There you go.
Yes.
So trade up the Usherbucks for real bucks.
But also I get to keep the Usherbucks because I may want to sell those on eBay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Pri. It's Roz and Mocha. How you doing?
hi, Roz and Mocha. How are you guys?
We are doing great. What is it that you want to talk about today?
What's a girl gotta do to meet a guy these days?
What's a girl got to do to meet a guy these days? You wrote us this, Pri. Hey, Roz and Mocha, fix my life. During the pandemic, it is impossible. I'm smart, hot, and successful. I belong to an Indian family who are after me to get married, but nothing seems to be working. I ended up chatting with a dude for a week max, and things don't go any farther. If only Roz was single. Oh, hold on.
Damn. Roz is parked up in a seat.
I'm going to need a drink for this one. And just because my name is Pri, that doesn't mean prenup, you said.
Oh!
Okay, so I am no expert on how to hook up during a pandemic.
But here, let's get this out of the way, Pri. Are you looking for advice on how to get married, or are you looking for advice on how to just meet a guy?
Both.
Okay.
So if I'll meet a guy, then I'll get married, right?
Well, there's no
not
guarantee.
necessarily.
Not at all. No guarantee.
I mean, this is the first step, right?
What have you been doing? What have you been doing?
So I went on these dating apps, try like meeting people, but it's just that I think I'm pretty much very serious about my life. I know what I want. I think it happens to a lot of Indian people, like a lot of Indian like people who are in their late 20s or like early 30s. They're like a lot of pressure to get married.
Yeah.
So I met a few guys, but I don't know. Like,
do you even want to get married, or are you just like? Is it just like all the pressure from your folks?
I think I want to get married now because a lot of my friends are getting married too, and I think at times I will feel lonely when they'll have their partners and I won't.
Sure.
I don't think you're going into a good period to find a husband. There's been tons of articles, and when I mean tons of articles talking about how young people are just so pent up right now, and when they come out of this pandemic, it is going to be just absolute sleaze. There was one, somebody quoted somebody's referring to it as the whoring 20s.
Oh, wow.
And so I think that when all this is over and we can go out and mingle again, I don't think you're walking into a world where young people are necessarily going to have long-term relationships and getting married at top of mind. I think that you're going to have to ride this wave of people literally just going out and hooking up because it's all the things that they haven't been able to do during COVID.
Hey, Pri, what about I don't know, old school way of, you having your friends who are all hooking up and like, not hooking up, but like getting married and moving on with their lives and stuff like that, right? What about like friends of theirs or friends of their, girlfriends and or boyfriends and or husbands or wives that they could like set you up with?
I actually don't really know anybody in this, at this way, like friends of friends or anything, right?
Gotcha.
And another thing is, I guess, it's a lot of explanation if things don't go, go the way they should, like, if you don't like it. And sometimes, I'm very picky, and I just don't like to justify on, why it didn't work out.
Do your parents have thoughts on who they think you should marry? Like, do they have a guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do, huh? And, and this is who, do they have somebody in mind in particular, or is this just an idea of a person?
I'm not sure if you're aware, but in Indian culture, right, there's a trend of arranged marriage. So parents arrange the marriage. You might meet the guy, you might not meet the guy. So that they are okay to get me arranged as well. And I was like, no, not happening. I don't want you guys to be involved in me choosing a partner. Let me do this.
So
But
in
it is very
your
tough.
in
You're
your
on the
mind,
clock.
yeah, in your mind, Pri, because you said you have an idea of who it is you want to get together with. Can you break down like a description of the kind of guy that you're looking for?
I think I just want somebody responsible and mature enough. Like, I'm not very picky, but yeah, when it comes to like responsibility or like, like somebody who understands me, and that's all about it.
Are your parents going to be okay if he's not an Indian?
They might not be, but I can work it through.
Are you looking to expand outside of the culture?
I honestly don't mind as long as the dude is like, I guess worth it.
Yeah. Okay. So, so your options are sort of wide open here. And what kind of time frame do you feel that you're on? Whether your parents have been specific about it or not, but what kind of clock do you think that you're on right now? When do you need to get this done?
So I need to get married by the end of 2022.
Or what happens? Or what happens?
Damn.
Or I get arranged.
Or you get arranged.
Wow.
God damn, this is so crazy, man. What if you just said no?
It's just that I love them too much, and they have a lot of pressure, and I just don't want them to feel bad because of me. And they've been very supportive. Like, as per Indian parents, it never stopped me from anything, and this is the only thing they asked me throughout their life, and there's no way I can say no.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay. How you meet a guy in this day right now, I have no idea. I don't know how to break through hookup culture. I don't know how to build some sort of lasting relationship. I don't know what the tools are. I don't know what the tricks are. I don't know what people are looking for. But people can always text us, and they know how to get a hold of us. If anybody has like great ideas, if anybody's interested in you, you say you're smart, you're hot, and you're successful. And you're on the clock.
Damn, I know.
So we can open it up to people. We can get your info. Maybe we can try and help hook you up. I don't know. Maybe somebody else is in a like-minded situation with their own family. Who knows? But it's not easy right now. It's not easy to go and buy a hammer right now.
It's
okay,
true.
right? Let alone trying to find somebody who's going to be your life partner. So it's a very difficult thing you're in right now. So we can maybe get some advice and maybe try and get you hooked up. I don't know. Do I want that kind of responsibility? I don't know. But I'd rather help you out than have your parents, have you run out the deadline, because to me that's weird. So you are smart, hot, and successful, and you're on the clock, and you're looking for love. How hard can this possibly be, right?
Very hard.
Thank you, Pri.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Is it really rude to leave somebody on red? Like how long can you leave somebody on red? Because sometimes people write really long things.
Yeah.
And is it okay to write somebody back and say, hey, I'm going to need a minute with this?
Yeah, why not?
And then not like really answer their question until way later?
Sure.
That's fine?
Yeah, because at least you've acknowledged the fact that you've read it.
Right.
And you're replying.
Right.
To say, hey, I read it.
Right.
Give me a couple days.
Right. Okay, cool. Okay, that's
Why?
fine.
Do you do that a lot?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like to leave people hanging, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel bad, unless it's Maury. I got no problem with that.
Zero
Because he doesn't write me anything. All Maury does is just send me his own stuff.
His own stuff?
Yeah, like he'll send me, he'll DM
Like nudes?
me his own posts.
Oh.
Right?
To be like, hey, look at this?
Yeah, yeah. And then I'll put him on scene, and then immediately after he's on scene, I get a follow-up. Like my
To say
phone goes
what?
off again. Just make it
on
just
DM or on text?
On DM.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then does he follow up on text?
Yeah, because then he'll start asking me other stuff because he knows I'm on my phone, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a whole game you play, right? Like come in here and like just admit it. We have 2 seconds. Get in here quick. It's a whole thing. Like you think that nobody knows, but it's so bloody transparent, man.
I
prefer sitting in the other room watching you two discuss it.
What's that?
I love sitting in the other room watching you two try and decipher it.
What do you mean try and decipher it? It's so blatant.
Yeah.
Well, you will send me something through somewhere where you can tell if I've read it or not. So on Instagram, right? I will check it on Instagram.
Sure.
You will immediately send a follow-up on Instagram.
Yes.
And then you send me stuff on all the other ways to get a hold of me that you can't verify whether I've seen it or not.
Sure.
Because you do that because you know that I'm on my phone at that moment.
Sure. So what do you need me for?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm reading this story that Madonna just paid $19.3 million for the Weeknd's mansion.
Madonna. Oh, yeah? Where?
In Cali.
Oh, she's moved back to California. I guess she's doing that movie, right?
Yeah. So 19.3 is what she paid, right? He listed it back in June for $25 million. He bought it in 2017 for $18.2. And I have a question because I know you like research real estate a lot, right?
I'm the real estate expert around here.
So listen to this. So 12,500 square foot.
It's a big house
for the mansion,
Jesus
right?
Christ, 12,000 square feet.
Yeah.
That's a Walmart.
And it sits on 3 acres of land. Okay.
Good God. Yeah.
7 bedrooms, 9.5 bathrooms. And then you have redwood trees surrounding the entire property.
Beautiful.
You have all the beautiful hills around
Gorgeous.
for privacy. So,
Yes.
you're paying for the mansion, you're paying for the land, you're also paying for that view that you have, right?
Yep.
And I'm going through the pictures, and the place is gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Is it? Because a lot of these places are like so
Very modern.
incredibly tacky.
I like it.
So
It's
many
simple.
celeb houses are so. Now I don't want to look at it.
It's modern and simple,
okay, cool.
right? I like
Okay,
it.
okay,
I like
okay.
it a lot. So my
Yeah.
question is,
Sure.
when these celebrities move into these homes, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times, the furniture that's bought once they move in is catered to the space. It matches the space, right?
Right.
So when the Weeknd sells his home, is he selling it with all that furniture? Like Madonna's acquiring all that furniture? Or is he going to take it with him?
No, that's not even the Weeknd's furniture.
Or is that all? So
It's-
that's question
it's
number
all-
2.
It's all staged.
Is it all staged? And what
100%.
did the house look like before? Like what did the
Yeah.
Weeknd have in there before?
Yeah, it's
Right?
all staged.
And if the Weeknd is traveling a lot and he's not even in that space, are all of those rooms even full of furniture? Or is he just living in a big empty mansion?
No. He's probably not even there now. Like they clear out of there when they sell it. Like the way that this works is these people all have multiple homes, and the Weeknd's like, I gotta unload the 12,000 square feet I have in Los Angeles, and
Yeah.
so he goes and stays elsewhere. Maybe he bought a new place already. I don't know.
But when he was there, were all of those rooms full?
Oh,
of
sure.
furniture?
Yeah,
You think
absolutely.
so?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, man. I look
For
at
sure.
that and like the Weeknd.
No,
Whether
it's
he's
part of the
single,
deal. No,
whether he's single or not, that's a lot of space. For one
He's
person.
not going out and buying the furniture.
I know that.
No, it's
Obviously, I know
all
that.
part. It's all part of the deal. You get one of these hot shot real estate brokers or whatever you call them. I don't know. They're not agents anymore. I don't know when that changed. But you watch all these real estate shows. Not
What do
one,
they call them on?
I don't know. Not
Selling
one,
Sunset.
Not one single person ever refers themselves as an agent anymore. Like that's like.
Starters?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Like,
I don't know.
yeah. You're selling boats at that, fishing boats.
Yeah.
But nobody calls themselves an agent. So what you get is it's a full package deal. It's a 360 deal, right? So you get one of these brokers that probably has a Netflix show. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to list with you. And what they have is a full 360 operation. So they clear out all your stuff. They stage your house. When you buy a new place, you use their decorators or you bring in your own decorator. And you can live there while it's going on. But most likely you walk in at the end when you're paying $20-25 million for a house and you walk in and it's done.
But this is Madonna's third. So she has 3 homes now: Portugal, LA, and still in New York.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she doesn't go, okay, I'm going to put this couch now in the LA home. Like,
But she's not.
New
She's
couch,
not.
everything.
Yeah, Madonna's not shipping her her favorite chair from
sectional.
Yeah, from London to Los Angeles, right? Like it's not. It's
I always
not.
wonder
It's not
about
happening.
that though, like
Yeah.
about the furniture.
Nana's
when
dishes aren't making the trip.
Because I do know, because I know a lot of these places are staged, right?
Yeah.
But like, I wonder what furniture gets used by that celebrity and whether or not the furniture moves from home to home,
None
or if
of
they're
it.
just like buying all.
What
brand
if
new.
you tour the house and you like how it's staged? You could buy that stuff,
Oh,
could you not?
absolutely. I'm sure. You
Yeah,
could.
yeah. You could theoretically talk to the stagers and say how much for everything.
Just to leave it all here.
Yeah.
It's already here.
Yeah.
Like all I got to do now is bring my clothes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the pictures now. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's massive though. It's too big.
Yeah. That's
What are you
Well, she
gonna
has a lot of
do?
children now.
Yeah, but
What's a
not
lot?
that many children.
What's a lot? She has like
She has 3
You
kids.
could tell-
five.
You could
she has
tell
5 kids.
You could tell me Madonna was running an orphanage, and I would still say that this place
Yeah.
is too big.
I think, I don't know, for me at least, right?
Yeah.
Like when these celebrities buy these homes that are on acres and acres of property
Yeah,
and
but-
these big, massive houses where you know that they're not even going and spending any time in
Yeah.
parts of those homes.
Yeah,
I just think it's a little
This
bit,
could be
little
temporary too,
ridiculous.
just for the filming, and then she leaves again.
that's a lot of wine, man.
I know. The wine cellar? It's sexy, right?
It's okay.
No,
it's
that's sexy.
fine.
I'd live in there for sure.
It's fine.
Absolutely.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Well, Roz, this is it. Kim's Convenience wrapping up 8 o'clock tonight on CBC.
Yeah, and they didn't go out the way they wanted to. There was a lot of controversy, whether the show was canceled or what the hell went on. Simu Liu, one of the stars of the show, and we're a huge fan of his, went on a bit of a thing last night on Twitter where he was talking about coming back with tea and receipts for the reason they got, quote, canceled.
Appa from Kim's Convenience, Paul Hyung-Sun Lee, welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hey, thanks for having me back, guys.
Hey, listen, man, we love having you on the show, but I hate that we have to talk to you on the show today about tonight.
Yeah, it's bittersweet for sure.
So you've had a little while now for all this to sink in. What are your feelings? Because everybody, when we talked to you guys the day after the announcement was made that the show was coming to an end, there was a lot of shock, and even putting a sentence together or wrapping your head around it or wrapping your heart around what had just gone down. But how are you today?
I'm good. I mean, it's kind of surreal, the whole build up to this final episode, especially since the announcement of the show not going on, has been. I mean, it's changed. Something shifted in terms of how we feel. I haven't seen the final episode. I'm excited to see it. But I'm also a little bit reluctant to see it because then it sort of cements itself that it's real. It's really happening.
You guys sort of got ripped off. Normally when a show that's this successful and this loved, comes to an end, there's a period of celebration leading up to it. And you guys put in all that work and built this great show, and it really feels like that you got ripped off from the celebration that people normally get for their hard work when it's about to end.
Yeah, I think that's part of why it hurt so much as well, is because it was just so abrupt, and we didn't get a chance to do exactly that, the celebration, the victory lap, and a chance to say our proper goodbyes to everybody and send off the show in a manner that we felt was befitting, at least to us, right? They might have had another plan in place in terms of hedging their bets and airing an episode that would, in their minds, tie up the series nicely. But for me, I will maintain, having read the script and having performed in it, I think it's a great season finale. But I don't know about a series finale, to be honest. I think the characters, the fans, we deserved a proper sort of closure to it. But, life is funny. It's complicated, and we don't always get what we want sometimes. So I'm still pretty excited to see what kind of work we did in that final episode tonight.
Paul Hyung-Sun Lee on the Roz and Mocha Show, Kim's Convenience, the final episode tonight, 8 o'clock on CBC. Have there been any conversations, Paul, with you and the rest of the cast, let's say, organizing together to put together your own last show to share with the fans? Is there, is that even a possibility? Have you guys discussed that?
There's been some discussion for sure. I mean, you do that when you're faced with the ending of something that you all love doing, and you look for every option available to you to continue on or to close off the story. And for sure, I've had some discussions with other cast members, and we have our own ideas, but we don't own the rights to any of the characters. And so that makes it really, really interesting. So all we can do is just sort of give it some time. You never know what the future might bring. Just right now isn't a good time for the story to continue on. It's hard and that's frustrating, but that's the reality of the fact. But we're never closing the door. I'm certainly not going to close the door on anything in the future to bring some sort of closure to the character and for the fans. I think that'd be great. And to that end tonight, I'm doing a live stream on my YouTube channel just after the final episode to talk to the fans and get their reactions and celebrate the show, because half a decade of my life, of their lives, investing in this family, in this show, I really think that should be the celebration at the end that we didn't get as a cast.
Just to put things into context here, I want to read Simu's tweets from last night and then get your thoughts on them. So Simu wrote this: on the eve of what is now to be the series finale of Kim's Convenience, I hope I'd be at the point where I could speak about it with a clear head. But the truth is, I'm still pretty effing angry. Hours of therapy are sure to follow. You all deserved a proper ending. I have thoughts about our, quote, cancellation, and they come with tea and receipts.
Wow.
For now, they will remain in my head.
Wow. Yeah.
He's pretty angry, huh?
He's angry. And I think, I get angry too when you think about it. I mean, the whole situation it's very complicated. And without pointing fingers or blame, I mean, that's the thing. It's hurtful that the show ended the way it did. We did some fantastic things with the show over 5 years. We reached so many people, and there's a lot to celebrate and a lot to be proud of in terms of the barriers that we broke. It's just the way it ended is a little sore right now. And I think with time and perspective, things will, the story's going to come out and we'll talk about it and do it in a productive way that benefits everybody, especially the industry, in terms of moving forward, in terms of diversity and inclusivity, not only in front of the cameras, but behind as well, and setting up shows to keep succeeding as well.
And before we let you go, who you watching with tonight? What's the plan?
I'm watching with my family. It's our Tuesday night tradition. I watch with my boys, my wife. It's been something we've been doing for 5 years. This will be the last time doing it for this particular show. So it's going to be a tough one, but I'm going to enjoy every single minute I can with my family while doing this.
Yeah, you be proud, brother. You be proud. This show is fantastic. You got a lot of love from people right across this country for Kim's Convenience. We'll all be watching tonight, 8 o'clock on CBC. And Paul Hyung-Sun Lee, you know that when you are ready, when you are able to talk about everything surrounding the unfortunate cancellation of Kim's Convenience, you can always do that with us on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I thank you to all the fans who supported us from the beginning. They really did make the show what it is today. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
Nah, you're the best, man. Thank you.
We love you, Appa. We love you.
I love you too.
Maury's crying. Come in here, Maury.
No, you're not.
Yes, he is.
You crying?
Yes, Maury's I just looked over and he was wiping his tears on the sleeve of his
I'm
t-shirt.
not going to lie.
Yeah.
When we were wrapping up, when he was talking about watching the show with his family, you can hear in his voice that he was almost going to break down.
Yeah.
I almost started to tear
That's
up
what
as
got
well.
me.
Look at Maury.
Right?
That's what got me. Like, I
Yeah.
can't imagine ending a tradition with your family. I've never watched Kim Convenience. But
You can't even say the name of the show properly.
Imagine ending a tradition with your kids.
Yeah. Did you ever have anything like that with your pops?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When we used to watch Night Court together.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, once again, time to break into the DMs, Roz.
Okay, Deepa, please go ahead.
Are you okay? Did
Yes.
someone hurt you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You don't sound too thrilled.
I'm fine. So these are all your DMs. When you DM us anywhere, Deepa collects them all and brings them on here every day, and we go through them.
So the first question comes from Ryan, and Ryan wants to know, how long do you both take to get ready in the bathroom each morning?
Oh, okay, so...
Trick question.
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes.
Trick question. How much time do I spend in the bathroom is a different question than how much time does it take me to get ready in the bathroom.
So let's break it down.
Getting ready, I
Yeah.
can get ready in 10, 15 minutes, right? Time spent in the bathroom in the morning before work is around 45. Yeah, 45.
But that's like, is that like
Sitting.
sitting, doing what?
Phone stuff, having a coffee.
What?
The look on Deepa. Oh, yeah, you don't know this. You don't know this.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Roz gets up in the morning and gets out of bed, the first place he goes to is...
Okay, first thing I do is I go and pee.
Fair
Right?
enough. Okay.
Then I make a cup of coffee. So this is presuming because sometimes sometimes I'll shower the night before.
Right.
I get up and I have to pee really, really, really bad. But I hold it and I go into the kitchen and I put the coffee on. Once the coffee's on, then I run into the bathroom and I pee and I grab my phone. I start looking through my phone, catching up on things. When the thing goes off, when I get up out of the bathroom, if my hair is an absolute mess because if I didn't wet it down the night before, then I'll just wet it down, then go into the bathroom with my coffee, close the door, and that is where I sit for 45 minutes until I'm done and ready to go to work. So I do all my business in there.
It's his office.
It's my office.
Why do you choose the bathroom to sit and have your can't you do that in your room or your kitchen?
No, because I'm on the toilet.
While you're drinking your coffee?
Yes.
Yeah, this man.
Buzz!
Yeah.
You know he eats in the bathroom
Oh
too.
my
No.
God.
I have eaten in the bathroom.
Oh.
I don't eat in the bathroom.
Yeah, but
I
have
don't mean,
eaten
all
and
the
eat
time.
is
Okay.
the same thing
Are
as far
you-
as I'm concerned.
Are you gross or were you grossed?
Oh my God.
No, I have eaten in the bathroom before, but not in the mornings. I don't eat in the mornings.
It doesn't matter what time of the day you're eating in the bathroom. Let's just make that very clear.
Okay. But like I've had opportunities to redo bathrooms. This is the way I like my bathroom to go. I like my toilet in front of me.
Yeah.
I like a sink directly in front of me, and then I like the mirror right there, and then plugs and everything else. So I don't have to get up from the toilet to do all my things. Right.
Okay.
Everything is right there. So I'm nude, right? Sometimes a t-shirt, and in the wintertime, a robe that's kind of propped up on the back so it doesn't get wet. And then I do all my business in there. And then I'll like do a little bit of my hair, and then I'll be on my phone again. I'll have some coffee. Then I'll like do a little bit more with my hair. And like, it's just a process. It takes me I'm in there 45 minutes in the mornings.
Oh my gosh. Do you know that
Longer on the weekends.
Oh my gosh.
I was no joke, I was in the bathroom for an hour 20 last Sunday.
What?
An hour 20.
Please tell me you're sitting there watching a movie.
No.
Because that's a movie right there.
No, yeah, it was a movie, but I wasn't watching a movie.
Did your family not know? Like, did they ask?
Of course they know. Of course they know.
If you were okay?
Of course they know. Catherine walks in, whips the door open, grabs a toothbrush, brushes her teeth, and then closes the door behind her.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So how long does it take me to get ready in the morning? I'm going to go with 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Next.
Okay. Mocha, you're going to hate this one.
What?
Full name, Pepper Reynolds.
Oh,
Saw
wow.
your new commercial. Mocha looks like an Oompa Loompa. Love you, Mocha.
Oh, come on. That's not nice.
Pepper. What do you have to say to Pepper Reynolds?
I've been working really hard on my fitness
Right.
and my health for the past 6 months.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was really happy with the way I looked in that onesie.
Yeah. I thought you looked great.
I
in
thought
the
you looked great too.
commercial.
How long ago was the commercial filmed?
January.
We filmed it in January, and at that point, I was like
Right after the holidays.
a month and a bit into my kind of new health regime.
Yeah.
I don't think you look like an Oompa Loompa. I think you look better than I did. I'll tell
Oh,
you
thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
We'll end it on a question then.
Yes.
This question
Why
comes...
does Mocha look like an Oompa Loompa?
Yeah, exactly. How did you know? No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
Next question is from Nora. Hey, Roz and Mocha, my boyfriend and I love listening to you guys. We were wondering, how did you guys meet, and what was your first impression of each other?
Oh my God, this is way too long.
That's what she said.
Stop it. Okay. Okay, so let's go when we first met, not when we decided to do the show together. When we first met, I will say this, and it's I'm not saying this to be disparaging at all, but I think Mocha probably remembers the first time we met each other. I do not.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
There was one
No.
time at this radio station where Roz worked here in the morning, producing for another morning show.
Yeah.
I worked here like after the morning show had started, but I came in to the building when Roz was still here before he would leave. So we'd pass each other in the hallway. So I remember seeing him in the building saying hi or saying have a good day or saying bye, anything like that. That's the stuff that Roz doesn't remember.
No.
And there were like events that we would both be at the same time. Like I have a picture where Roz and I are standing like maybe 3 or 4 people apart at this one big event that we all had, but we never like kicked it. We never hung out or like really talked.
Do you know how many years ago, like an average of how long ago that would have been?
That would have been like
2001?
Like 20 years ago?
2001,
Oh my gosh, I was
2002?
5.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and you guys were already working? Sorry. It's just a
Deepa, enough with it.
thought that came to my mind. Sorry.
Don't come in
Yeah, I
here.
was a kid too.
Yeah.
Underage working.
Yeah.
Company took advantage of me.
Glad we
But
cleared
you know
that
what?
up.
I will
Yeah,
say this.
I have no
will
memory
say
of any
this.
of that,
I think back to that a lot. I think back to the time where you and I both worked here but didn't like hang out or know each other
Right.
like that, right? And it just like it's wild to me that things worked out the way they did, where all these years ago we'd pass each other in the hallway, and then years later, here we are, almost 12 years into doing this show together.
Yeah.
Right?
I will take Mocha's word for it because I have no memory.
Slide into the DMs, get at us, leave a
Apparently
comment,
I
leave
had
a question. He was grumpy then, he's grumpy now.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Deepa.
You're welcome.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, there is a big anniversary coming up tomorrow that because we're not here, we won't be able to celebrate. But we can celebrate today right now, Roz.
Okay, go. Another office anniversary? Didn't we just have one of these last week?
I mean, maybe not last week, but...
No, I think it was last week.
Not I think you better check on that.
What the hell's going on today?
Or was it like 2 weeks ago, maybe?
Does it matter?
No.
Okay, what's this anniversary now?
Tomorrow, Roz,
Yes.
is the 13-year anniversary.
13. Not even a milestone, but
No.
okay.
But this is one of the greatest Office episodes ever in the entire run of the series.
Okay. You're so funny because you don't, like most people celebrate like when the show started or when the show ended.
That's
you
what it was. We
celebrate,
celebrated when the show started.
episode drops.
Yeah. So the first time this episode dropped, it's season 4, episode 13.
Not even season 4, episode 1, like the beginning of a season. Like you're celebrating season 4, episode 13?
Wait till I tell you the title, and then you'll understand.
Okay.
Dinner party.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Everybody should celebrate this.
All right. Michael invites Jim, Pam, Angela, and Andy to his place, or him and Jan's place.
Yeah.
For a dinner party.
With the flat screen, right?
Right. And then Dwight shows up later with the woman that used to babysit him when he was a kid.
Right.
Yes. And it's the one where Michael says, like, I finally broke down. I did it, bought myself a plasma, installed it myself. And his tiny little 13-inch screen.
Yes, on the wall.
Yeah. And
on a swing arm.
The whole thing, the entire night was just like straight up awkward. Right.
right.
Jan was showing off her candle collection. There was the awkward encounter between Jan and Michael throughout the entire episode, but especially when they all finally sat down to eat dinner.
Right, yes.
So only up until this point of the show in the series, right? There were rewrites for scripts for episodes. Okay. This is the only episode where the first written script was not changed.
Draft 1, really?
So what we saw on television is what was originally written because it was so funny.
Okay.
And they did the table read for this episode with the entire cast. And at the end of it, everybody was like hysterically laughing. Apparently, there was like applause for like a minute.
Yeah.
And then right after, because they were set to record, right? Everyone was hyped. They were like, yes, we're going to finally get to record this. And then right after was the writer's strike in Hollywood.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So everything went on hiatus. Like even shows that had been on for a while didn't get to come back because there were no jobs left.
Right.
And Office was one of them that they were still able to do a show. So they came back and they filmed it. And they presented it to NBC. NBC did not like it.
Really?
Before it aired.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was completely
Wasn't
different.
even in the office.
It wasn't even in the office, just the opening scene.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it. But they still went with it. They aired it. And you know who else didn't like it?
Who's that?
The fans.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't until later that the fans started, after rewatching it, that it became one of the favorites.
I highly disagree with that.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
I'm going to play you some. This is from the Office Ladies podcast.
Okay.
Pam and Angela from the show have their own podcast where they talk about episodes.
Yeah.
And this is the guy that directed that particular episode.
Okay.
Listen to this.
The thing about that episode was, once we did it, we knew it was so funny. The audience, the loyal Office audiences, hated it. It was really a very divisive episode because I think it was so uncomfortable and so cringy that people couldn't deal with it. And I remember, like, we were so excited, all of us, all the writers, everybody, we were so excited because we really thought this was kind of like one of the best things the show could do. And we were kind of all bummed out that people were so weird about it. But I think the whole thing was, it was so uncomfortable that the first time you watch it, you almost can't handle it. But once you watch it a second, a third, and fourth, and however many times you watch it, then it becomes fun because you know it's coming, you know it's going to be terrible, and you just can enjoy the cringiness. And so I could not be prouder of that episode.
I guess I'm an awful person because I loved it out of the gate.
Right?
Yeah.
13-year anniversary of the dinner party episode of The Office. I'm going to play one more thing for you.
Okay.
This is a deleted scene from the show where it's Michael Scott.
Because it was too cringy?
This is Michael Scott doing a one-on-one interview with the camera, describing his ideal dinner party, okay?
Okay.
My ideal dinner party, easy. Jim, Pam, Ryan, the mayor, Barack Obama, Shiloh Jolie Pitt, because at the end of the night, Brad or Angelina would have to come and pick him up, and I would get to meet them. Shia LaBeouf, because of Disturbia. All of the children of the world. Val Kilmer, but he probably wouldn't come. Too famous. Obviously, George Clooney. And Jan, definitely.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Yo, Katie, it's Roz and Mocha. Happy birthday.
Oh my God, guys.
How are you?
So much.
Katie sent us a text. She's pretty bummed out because it's her second birthday during COVID. Much like everybody right now running through the cycle of about to celebrate your second COVID birthday. And I know you're bummed out about that, but we just wanted to call to say hello and happy birthday.
Thank you so much. This makes everything just so much better.
So what is your plan? I mean, I know you've been through this before, but what's your plan this time around?
Well, I have to work today. And then I have a few gift cards for takeout, so hopefully it's still available for takeout.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What are you gonna order? What gift cards do you have?
We've got gift cards for the keg.
Ooh, nice. Yo, Billy Miner Pie. You always got to get that on your birthday.
Yep.
No, what's the matter, Maury? What?
If you do the keg, because I did this for my brother Daniel and my dad.
Yeah.
The problem now with the Billy Miner Pie,
Yeah.
because you're not in the restaurant, they charge you for it on your birthday.
Oh.
I even asked to speak to the manager.
Oh, no. Are you serious? You became a Karen and you asked for the manager?
He's
Yeah,
always
and I'm
been
like,
a
how is
Karen.
this all fair?
Became a Karen.
Wait. So when you ordered, damn Maury, did you order like through an app or did you call in or did you order through their
I
website?
ordered through the website of the restaurant,
Yeah.
keg, whatever
and then,
it is.
And then the in the comment section is where
in
you
the
said
comments, I said, this is for my dad and brother's birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you do the free Billy Miner pie? ... And then I ran out of characters. And so I phoned them and I'm like, hey, I just put a comment in. It's supposed to be free for the pie.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't do that for curbside pickup.
Right.
I'm like, but how? But it's still my dad's birthday, whether I'm in the restaurant or not.
Okay, but Maury, but here's the thing, though. Maybe this is just karma coming back because how many times have you been in a restaurant where they give you something free for your birthday where you and your old man have lied about it being somebody's birthday?
Every single time.
Okay.
No, but it was his birthday.
It doesn't matter. You already got that pie about 10 times before his actual birthday.
Also, Maury, come on, man. Have a little bit of sympathy for the industry, for the restaurant industry.
It's a piece of pie.
They've been through a lot.
Billy
in the past
Miner
year.
has gone through hell this year, Mar, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
And can you imagine if every single day they're getting orders at the keg, right?
It's
and
everybody's birthday.
every day it's somebody's birthday. They can't be just like giving out pie
Come
every
on
single
now.
day for takeout.
You've had a good run of getting stuff, birthday things for free, more.
Yeah,
You've had a
absolutely.
good run. You guys should be like, you know what? We worked that hustle for a real long time.
Complaint number 2.
Yeah.
Don't put the Billy Miner pie that I've paid for in the same bag as the steak, which is hot.
Oh,
interesting.
God.
Okay, yeah. All these complaints now. Huh? All these complaints when somebody else does one little thing wrong. All these complaints.
Well,
I'm surprised
regardless.
you didn't dent the steak more. Get it half off. My steak's dent.
Katie, happy birthday. We love you so much.
Thank you.
And we hope you enjoy your keg dinner tonight with your family. And we hope that you feel better.
Thank you so much.
Before we let you go, Katie, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Mocha, because he likes the wrestling.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yo, you watching WrestleMania this weekend?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, it was actually on my birthday, and we had a little WrestleMania party.
Oh, there you go. Saturday night and
Yep.
Sunday night, Roz. You want to come over?
Yes.
There's so many people right now listening thinking that you are the absolute perfect woman for them. Are you single?
No, I've been married for about 19 years now.
Oh, wow.
Also, hello, I'm married. You were at my wedding.
I didn't think you wanted to hook up. There's not a lot of guys that are like, ever hear a woman say, oh my God, I can't wait for WrestleMania this weekend.
Happy birthday, Katie.
Thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is... Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Samantha. What's going on? It's Roz and Mocha.
How can I support my friend whose son is going through cancer?
That's the thing, Samantha. So you wrote us this. Your best friend, his kid has brain cancer and a tumor that just got removed. They couldn't get all of it, so he's got this long road of radiation and chemo. He is only 9, and now you want to know how to best support his dad, who is your good friend, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
What's the dynamic right now? What have you been doing up until reaching out to us?
Well, the problem I'm having is obviously we talk a lot, and he's venting to me and just explaining everything. But I'm kind of wondering, when can I don't want to feel guilty, but when can I start sharing a laugh with him and trying to change the subject a little bit? I don't want to be selfish on that, but is it okay to do that, or when is it okay to do that?
Yeah, it's really up to, I would say, just follow their lead. You know, you guys are great friends. You know when they need a laugh, and you know when they need a win, and you know when they need to be distracted, and you know when you need to just sit there and shut up, right? And you're going to sort of go through all of that. I don't think that there's anything wrong when you're going through when you have a good friend who's going through something. As a good friend, there's nothing wrong with sitting them down saying, hey, listen, you know what the deal is with me and you, okay? We are to the end. But what I need from you is I don't want to be confused, and I don't want to do the wrong thing, and I don't want to ever feel like maybe I'm doing too much or I'm doing too little. So what do you need from me? Do you need me to just be there anytime you call? Do you need me to do consistent things? Do you need me to get food? Do you need me to hire somebody to help clean the house? What do you need from me? You let me know. I will take care of all of it. There's nothing wrong with asking somebody who's going through something. I know it seems a little overwhelming, like you're going to throw one more thing on their plate that now they have to decide. But I've always appreciated those conversations. And anytime I've had those conversations with somebody else, they've always appreciated them right back.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would say, don't change the dynamic that you guys have, right? Because he obviously treasures the friendship that you guys have. You're the shoulder that he is either crying on, or the person that he goes to, as you mentioned earlier, to vent or to talk. And I would say keep that communication, open, and don't back away, right? He obviously needs you right now. And to Roz's point, ask him what else he needs from you that you could provide.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing. And you know, you guys are such good friends. You know what he likes and what he doesn't like. People, even when you are sort of going through something like this, they still like to be surprised. You know,
Well, that's the thing. I feel like I'm missing my funny side. I'm not as funny as obviously Maury with the lame jokes, but I can still, you know,
See, that was
I'm missing
funny.
that side of him.
Yeah.
I think, you know, to Ross's point, I think to have an open conversation with him, just to kind of lay it all out, right? Because you don't want to say the wrong thing or make a wrong joke or make a joke that he, at that point in his day, he's not ready for a joke, right?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah.
Because there may be a point in his day where he could use a joke and a distraction, and you're that person that could give it to him.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I want to do, but I don't want to do it at the wrong time.
Yeah,
completely.
Some people don't want to be fussed over. You know, I've always been that kind of person. I would never ask for anything because I don't want somebody to fuss over me. But I think that you need to let him know that, you know, nothing is too much. And whatever he needs, you know, you're there for him, because people tend to not, and that they'll just go without, you know, they'll go without laughing. They'll go without eating, you know, during situations like this, just because they don't want to ask for help, or because they just don't want anybody to fuss over them. They're going through something and they don't want to put their stuff on everybody else. And you need to let him know that that is not the case in this situation.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, thank you.
You got it.
Thanks so much for reaching out, Samantha, and thank you for listening.
No problem.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Michael B. Jordan has explained why Rocky will not be in Creed 3.
He has, okay.
Did an interview with IGN. He says, I think that Sly let it be known that he wasn't coming back for this one, but I think, you know, his essence and his spirit, there's always going to be a little Rocky with Adonis. He goes on to say, but this is a Creed franchise, and we really want to build this story and this world around him moving forward. So it's always respect and always a ton of love for what he's built, but we really want to push and navigate Adonis forward and the family that he's created. So hopefully you guys will love what I'm thinking, what we're cooking up. I think it's going to be something special, he said. So
I
both
still
of them now.
think that they need Rocky in these movies.
I agree.
Because they're basically Rocky movies.
I
right?
agree.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Have you seen this clip of the Liberal MP, William Amos? Amos.
Oh.
Walking around naked during a parliament session.
I heard about it. I didn't watch the video.
You didn't watch the video?
No.
Or you didn't see the picture, the still from it?
Yeah, I saw the screen grab.
So he apologized, right? He's in his office and the camera's like up and he's walking
naked in his
around.
office? I saw the picture. I didn't read
Or
the
at home.
story.
I don't know where they do this stuff from. Is he at home or is he in his office? He's
So
in his
break it down.
office.
What happened? So this man is nude while at a work meeting?
So before a work meeting,
Uh-huh.
right? Like he had, things were going on. He just like wasn't there yet. And then
okay.
his camera was on.
Yeah.
And he was nude walking around and everybody could see.
Like chilling?
No, just like walking around. So this is what he said. He goes, "This was an unfortunate error. My video was accidentally turned on as I was changing into my work clothes after going for a jog. I sincerely apologize to my colleagues in the House of Commons for this unintentional distraction. Obviously, it was an honest mistake and it won't happen again."
Oh, okay.
So he had gone out for a jog, got back to the office, realized I got to get on this Zoom thing in a little bit. I'm going to maybe take a shower. I don't know what they have in their offices down there. Maybe take a shower, change my clothes, do whatever, put the suit back on and jump in front of the camera. But only the camera was on and he was walking around nude, didn't even know, which is the nightmare of all nightmares for anybody who works at home, right?
Yeah.
Like that not that you tend to do things like that, but even just hearing things, right? Like it's awful. So the party whip for the Bloc Québécois raised the incident in a point of order during question period. Listen to this.
We've seen a member during question period improperly dressed, that is unclothed. So perhaps remind the members, especially the male members, that suits and ties are appropriate or rather called for. And we have seen that the member was in very good shape, but I think that this member should be reminded of what is appropriate and to control his camera. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, shut up. There's
at least
nothing
they
worse than that.
complimented.
I know.
At least they complimented on the physique.
Yes.
That means your jogs are working,
yes, right, gains. But there's nothing worse, right? There's nothing worse than when you make a colossal mistake, like being naked on a work meeting at the House of the House of Commons, right? Don't then tell me, I think we need to remind people that appropriate attire is meant. No, you don't need to remind.
Like, do they think
I know
that
I know that already.
MP is going to be like, I felt great in the nude at a work meeting.
But it was an accident.
Moving forward, I'm just going to be buck-ass naked
right?
the whole time.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't have to tell me things I already know. There's nothing worse than that.
And he's probably
telling
super
somebody what they
embarrassed and
already know.
everything
Oh
too,
my
right?
God, he'd be mortified.
Yeah.
Right? After a jog, things are all matted down and the hair and the everything else, right? Like nobody wants to see your colleagues.
Yeah. I
Right?
know.
The people you argue with.
Yeah. That just put on a shirt.
The people you need to make a deal with.
Yeah. I agree that the person who is
Should we
had to raise
remind
the
you?
issue.
We got to raise this issue. Do we need to remind people that you need to be fully clothed
No, you
while
don't.
at work? No, you don't need to remind people.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you watch Thunder Force yet?
No, that is with Melissa McCarthy
And Octavia Spencer.
Is it good? On Netflix.
Okay, here's I'm starting to think that my taste in everything is just way off. Like I need a recalibration or something.
Because I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
And the movie looked dumb. And
Right.
it wasn't like on my must-watch immediately list.
Okay.
I'll get to it eventually.
I was dying to watch it.
Uh-huh.
Watched it the first day it came out.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
And I loved it.
Oh, great.
Right? And then I think it's a great movie.
Uh-huh.
But then I start reading reaction to it and reviews and everything else. And I'm like, I've realized now that my tastes might need to be recalibrated because I disagree now on most things. Like most things I enjoy are the things that most people hate. Like I was like, hey, I wonder how people feel about the new Melissa McCarthy movie, Thunder Force, and then I just go and check, and the first reaction review that I read was, the new Melissa McCarthy movie is so bad, I'd rather watch my cat miss the litter box.
Oh, no.
Right?
Review done.
Yeah.
Okay. No need to read.
No.
What is it? Thunder Force, right?
Yeah, Thunder Force.
Yeah. So, by the way, they get these like superhero suits that they gain powers.
No.
Isn't that what it is?
No. No, it's a serum.
Oh.
Please, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Sorry.
serum.
Did you write the script?
Yeah, it's
That's why you love the movie so much.
No, but Jason Bateman's in it. Spoiler alert! And
I didn't know that.
he
Thanks.
plays because it's like filled with like villains too,
Yeah.
right? And Jason Bateman plays like a crab man.
Okay.
Where he's a regular man, but he has crab arms.
Okay.
Right.
I can't remember if that was in the trailer
Which
or not.
to me is hysterical.
Uh-huh.
I find that funny. And then they rip him off and it's got like little bits of crab that come out and everything.
no.
Yeah, like it's hysterical. The movie is hysterical. I love these kinds of movies. Did you ever see Spy with Melissa McCarthy?
I did not watch that one.
You've not. And then
wait, no. I think I watched some of it.
She did Spy, and then she did like a whole bunch of movies that just are not the sequel to Spy, but are very much the sequel to Spy. Like they all feel the sort of same way. And I think her husband actually directs her in most of these, right?
Okay.
And they're always panned, and people are giving her credit for being like the ultimate ride or die wife because she keeps starring in her husband's bad movies. Right.
Her husband, by the way, I can't remember his name.
Ben
but
Falcone.
Yeah. He was in Bridesmaids.
He's in all of them.
On the airplane, right? When they're supposed to fly off to Vegas.
He was the air marshal.
The air marshal who wasn't an air marshal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a real
But
husband.
I loved it. And I'm starting to wonder now whether my tastes are just off. Like I've just now decided at some point I started liking things that everybody universally hates because I loved Thunder Force.
What you have to do now is in your mind, or even, because I know you don't like remember everything, maybe on your Netflix, go through your history to see everything that you watch, right?
Right.
And then just start picking out the ones that you know you loved and you enjoyed.
Yes.
And then start looking up the reviews. And then that way you can come to the conclusion whether or not your tastes have completely changed.
Yes. And then I started thinking maybe it's because people didn't understand it. And then I was like, maybe I only like things now because I watch everything with subtitles on, where I get like I'm able to get deeper into Thunder Force than other people because I understand the words, right?
Yeah, you really take the script in.
Yeah, I really do. Like it becomes almost literature at that point, right? When you watch Thunder Force with the subtitles on. Like I try that maybe. Like if you watch Thunder Force and you didn't like it, give it another go with the subtitles on. Because that's how I watched it and I loved it.
Okay.
Right?
That's what you need to write to all these reviewers, all these critics.
Thank you.
right?
I'm gonna do that now. Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's this woman in Poland who called animal rescue, terrified of something sitting in a tree outside of her window. She told them that other people in the neighborhood were also scared to open their windows for days because of this thing that nobody could identify in the neighborhood. They asked her, the people at Animal Rescue asked this lady to try her best to describe what it was. And
like the chupacabra?
Best that Animal Rescue could figure based on her description is that maybe it was an iguana, a giant iguana, just kicking it in this tree, right? The thing is,
Poland?
Yeah. She then said, this thing doesn't move and hasn't moved for days. That's sitting in this tree that prevents her and all of her neighbors from opening their windows out of fear. So Animal Rescue showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And from the ground, they look up. And they see this thing doesn't have legs, doesn't have arms, does not have a head.
Did it used to have all those things?
They get up there and realize that this thing is actually a croissant.
Excuse me?
Somebody tossed a croissant out the window and it got caught in this tree and was just there for days?
Wait a second. When you were describing this thing initially, I was thinking that it was going to be something that was 6 feet.
Yeah.
It was a croissant.
It was a croissant that they found was just there in the tree. and just like decomposing as the days went by.
So they weren't opening their windows for fear that something the size of a croissant was going to come in?
I mean, I saw the picture, and maybe it was just the
Like
angle.
a big croissant?
Like a big ass croissant.
Okay, but even still, how big of a croissant can a big croissant be? Croissants don't get that big. Nobody wants to eat a giant croissant.
Maybe that's why I threw it out the window.
Right? That's why you see mini croissants. Okay?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Do you ever daydream at work? You don't have time. You're so busy. You're like the busiest guy I've ever seen.
Oh,
you don't have time to do anything.
No daydreaming over here. Do you?
But when you do daydream, where does your head go? What do you think about?
I think about money. I think about having stuff. I think about having
more stuff and more money.
Yeah. And time, more
Yeah.
free time to do stuff. I think about vacation. I daydream about going back to Vegas.
You do, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
How about you?
No, I just I'll just pause. Like I'll just shut down. Like if I daydream, I don't really I don't fantasize. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I'll just more slowly power down or go into like low power mode.
Like sleep mode.
Right? Yeah, almost. But I'm still awake, right? But yeah. So
Power reserve.
Yeah. So they say that on average, people spend 37% of their time at work daydreaming.
At work?
At work.
Yo, you're not working hard enough.
At work. 37% of their time at work.
No. If you're daydreaming at work, you are not busy enough.
Right.
That's not true.
I guess
It is
sometimes
true.
you can't help it. I guess sometimes maybe you just
Like
get
if you hate your
stuck,
job and
right?
you're just
No, if you're
bored.
standing at a printer and it's printing 20 pages, off
Right.
your mind goes, right?
Right.
20 pages? What are you printing 20 pages for?
Also, new printers, Maury, that print 20 pages, that takes like 17 seconds. Like,
yeah.
Okay, another example.
Also, conserve paper, y'all.
Yes.
Okay, if you're standing at the water cooler and it's filling
The
your
water
bottle.
cooler. Okay.
Water cooler?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Because Maury works in an office in
Yes,
1985.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
If you're on a let's
Don't-
bring it to
don't-
modern. You're on a Zoom call
Modern.
and somebody's rambling on.
Why don't you speak for yourself instead of just like hypothetically what others would do?
Okay, the last time I did it, I was standing at a printer.
Okay.
What were you daydreaming about?
Oh, I usually daydream about going somewhere, vacations. You know, it just takes me back to like a memory or something that, like a recollection.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
So the times when you're most likely to daydream at work: Friday afternoons,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Monday mornings, and Tuesday mornings. The
Why
time,
Tuesday?
I don't know, man. The times when we concentrate the best at work are Wednesday afternoons and Friday mornings. Now, would you say people who are more stressed or people who are more calm daydream more at work?
I would say more stressed because they want to be taken away from that moment that they're in currently.
Okay.
I would disagree totally. I would say somebody who's calm because you're more relaxed and your mind is
good
easier
point.
to
Damn it, Maury.
disappear.
Yeah, but you're wrong more.
Yo, the confidence in his face
What?
just now.
No, I just let him finish. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I go if I go. Like I don't have like specific things because I don't like vacations and I don't like any of that
I
stuff.
see you
Like I
daydreaming
don't.
about food.
No, I don't really. I
you
don't.
sure?
Yeah, like I don't daydream about it. Like I'll wonder.
Is your mind not active like that, though?
No, it's not really.
Oh.
It's not.
Does that upset you?
Yeah. Does it upset me?
Do you wish that you could daydream?
No, I don't night dream. I mean, I don't.
I'm a little concerned for your well-being.
Yeah, like I don't have that thing where I can just like magically go off into a wonderful place.
Like you're at home,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The amount of time that you spend on the toilet,
Right.
45 minutes minimum.
Minimum. Thank
right?
you.
Within that 40,
Respect.
let's say you don't have your phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Most times you do. I know that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
If you don't have your phone, you're
Right.
not sitting there like doing your thing for
Okay.
45 minutes and like
This-
like thinking of other things.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird. Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna sound narcissistic.
Yes.
It may change the way that you feel about me.
Okay.
But if I am in the bathroom,
Yes.
sitting there,
Yes.
and my mind sort of does wander, and I come to, what I'm normally doing is just staring at myself in the mirror.
Yeah, but are you actually looking at yourself or are you looking through yourself?
Don't know.
Yeah, this man has no time for anything
do you know
else.
when you daydream, though, is in the
No.
shower?
No, I don't daydream in the shower.
I thought you have your head down and the water pours over
Yeah,
you.
but I don't think about anything. Like I just
Bro, I am so concerned. We're going to talk later.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I want to celebrate an anniversary with you today, Roz.
Please.
It's only 7 years, but this song is still a banger. But it was 7 years ago today that Sam Smith released Stay With Me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, beautiful song.
Oh, won't you stay with me?
And the song, like, literally took over. Incredible voice, incredible production.
This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling,
So, 7 years ago today is when Stay With Me from Sam Smith was released off of their album In the Lonely Hour. Won Record and Song of the Year in 2015 at the Grammys, okay?
Wow. Yeah.
So in Canada, Stay With Me hit number 1 on the charts and stayed there for 7 weeks. In the States, on Billboard, it did not hit number 1.
Really?
It peaked at number 2. The song that was number 1 that prevented Sam Smith, Stay With Me, from achieving number 1, right? Mind you, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, huge song all over the world, right?
Yeah.
This is the song that prevented Sam Smith from claiming number 1 on Billboard in the U.S.
No.
Yeah. Magic.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Shocking, right?
Wow. That's the block?
That was the block. Magic. Rude.
Jeez.
And like I said, the song, like, we know how big this song was. Ed Sheeran, when he performed for the BBC during one of their, like, live lounge sessions, covered Sam Smith, Stay With Me.
guess it's true, I'm no good at a one-night stand.
At the time, he said it was his favorite song.
But I still need love, cause I'm just a man.
And Ed Sheeran called it an instant classic.
These nights never seem to go to plan.
Another beautiful voice from Ed Sheeran.
I don't want you to leave, can you hold my hand? Oh, won't you stay with me? Cause you're all I need.
So you go from
Beautiful.
Sam Smith, original Stay With Me, beautiful song, beautiful voice. You go to
Stay with me.
Ed Sheeran, beautiful song, beautiful voice. To the viral video that I think kind of set the song back a little bit. The viral video of Vin Diesel singing Stay With Me.
This is true, I'm not good, but I want my stand.
Just horrible.
But I still need love, cause I'm just a man. These nights never seem to go to plan.
So bad.
And I don't want you to leave, will you hold my hand? Oh, won't you stay with me?
Oh, no.
Cause you're all I need.
It's just terrible.
This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me.
So it was 7 years ago today that Sam Smith gave us the classic Stay With Me.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You watch that Fast and Furious new trailer?
Of course I did.
So dumb.
So dumb.
Yo, confession.
Yeah.
Out of all 9 movies,
Yeah.
upcoming 9,
Yeah.
9th movie, I've only seen 1
Really?
in the entire series. You know which one it was?
The first?
No.
No?
The worst of all of them.
Which was what?
Tokyo Drift with Bow Wow.
Oh, see, I don't think Tokyo Drift was the worst of all of them.
No?
No. I think they got far more ridiculous after
See,
Tokyo Drift.
And I know these movies are like super popular.
Yeah.
Huge stars too.
Yeah.
in
Does
them.
Jenna not like them?
She's never watched any
She's
of them.
never watched them.
No.
See, I've met more women that love the Fast and Furious movies
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Catherine loves the Fast and the Furious
Really?
movies. Loves them. Yeah,
Maybe I'll watch. Maybe I'll
loves
start watching
them.
this weekend.
But I started to lose interest in the Fast and the Furious movies when they got. This is going to sound dumb.
What?
I started to lose interest in the Fast and the Furious movies when they got ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay, but I liked it at the beginning. Like I think they go to space in this one, don't they? Right?
Well,
like it's
they make it appear
Okay, yeah.
like Ludacris and Tyrese are in a car that's got like a rocket attached
Right.
to the top of it.
Yes.
And they're both wearing astronaut suits.
okay, right. Yes.
And then they press, there's a piece of duct tape
yeah.
over a button that simply reads blast off.
Yes.
That they press that activates a rocket. So
Right.
you assume, and they're like right behind a jet heading
Yeah.
into outer space.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
So you assume that.
But I liked it when it was about 1/4 mile at a time and stealing hot cars and stuff like this, right? Like that's what I liked. And Tokyo Drift was sort of like that, right?
Yeah.
Like it was still sort of rooted in that
And I've been meaning to watch.
some
I need
sort of
to-
reality.
I need to do it. But
You know, long ago Tokyo Drift came out?
how long?
2006.
No.
Yeah.
I probably watched that movie like 6 times.
Yeah. 2006. That's how old that movie is. So that's not even the first one.
After the new trailer for Fast 9 dropped, immediately. So F9, Fast and Furious 9, Fast 9 was trending.
Yeah.
John Cena was trending.
Yes, he was.
And then Bow Wow. Poor
No.
Bow Wow. Bow Wow always gets dragged into this. Because in the trailer, like at the very, very beginning,
Yeah.
he makes an appearance.
Right. Yes.
Right? And then everyone just starts going in, starts clowning on Bow Wow. And because I've seen Tokyo Drift so many times, I don't even remember most of it.
Yeah.
I can't. Did Bow Wow die? Spoiler alert. Did Bow Wow die in that one?
Oh, God, I don't
Because
know.
people kept bringing that up on social yesterday. They were like, how's Bow Wow back for Fast 9 when he died
Okay,
in
hold on
Tokyo
here.
Drift? But I don't remember that happening. Like, if there's one thing from Tokyo Drift that I remember, it's when the cars were drifting, I think it was down the spiral, the parking lot,
Yeah.
down the ramp.
Yeah.
And they were all spiraling. That's like the one part that I really remember, even though I've seen the movie like
Okay, hold on
6
here.
times, I think. Did he die? Did Bow Wow die? Spoiler
think
alert.
so.
If anyone plans on watching Tokyo Drift this week,
Bow Wow was next in the back of the Furious film. He can be seen briefly in the latest trailer out this summer. Bow Wow appeared as the character Twinkie in Tokyo Drift. Twinkie! Oh, man.
yo, how you gonna sign a contract for a movie?
How you let your agent do that to
like
you?
negotiate.
Oh, man. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, but Bow Wow was trending. John
So-
Cena was getting a lot of love.
So Han is the...
And Han is the
because he died, apparently, in Tokyo Drift. But he's back now. So they're just like straight up bringing guys back from the dead.
oh, they just don't care about
No,
the timeline.
they're going to space.
What is this, an
and-
alternate?
Exactly.
Like another timeline
Yes,
here?
I don't
The
know.
multiverse?
It's Earth 2.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You use what do you use to fall asleep? Is it the Calm app?
I do, yeah.
Have you ever heard Headspace?
Yes, I have that app as well.
What is that one all about?
They have meditation. I haven't used it.
You
I only
haven't used it,
downloaded the
okay.
app, and I looked around, and they have meditation. They have a meditation course. They have like daily like uplifting messaging
Because
for you as well.
they're getting a show on Netflix, or they're getting something on Netflix.
Wait, isn't it out already?
The trailer is.
No, I saw it already.
You did?
Like a couple months ago, I saw
No,
something.
I think that's
on,
a different thing. Yeah,
it was
that,
Headspace, and it was animated on Netflix, right?
yeah, no, that's different. That was with the guy, right? It's like a guy's
think so.
voice, and he brings you. Yeah, that's a different thing. I think it's a different thing. I'm not 100%
I'm
sure.
gonna log into my Netflix right now. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
go
sure I
for
saw
it.
this already.
So anyway, Netflix, which is funny because the reason we don't sleep for the most part is because of Netflix.
That's true.
And so now they've teamed up with Headspace
Yeah.
for the Headspace Guide to Sleep is what it's called.
Oh, okay. I'm into it.
And here, I'll play you the trailer, or I'll get you to play the trailer for people so we can get a handle on it.
Yeah.
I think the one Mocha's talking about is on HBO Max.
No, there is one on
There's
Netflix. There is one.
There's the Calm. I know Calm.
Yeah.
The Calm app that I use, they have a deal with HBO for a show.
Oh, they do,
Or a
huh?
special that's coming out soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So here, play this. Listen to this and let me know if you're going to be into this.
Okay.
I see you. Yes, you. Scrolling, thinking about going to sleep. Falling asleep isn't that easy. I'm Eve, and I'm here to help. This is Headspace Guide to Sleep. In this series, I'll teach you new facts about sleep backed by science. Things you didn't know you need to know. Like, do we really need 8 hours? Is going to bed with our phones really that bad? And I'll go there. Do those pills really work? Through mindfulness and meditation, you can take on tomorrow healthier and more rested. So whatever kind of mind you have, put it to bed. Headspace Guide to Sleep. Only on Netflix.
Okay. I'm into
Okay,
it. So
yeah.
I'm looking on my Netflix account right now.
What's the other one called? 'Cause I watched that one too.
Headspace Guide to Sleep
Yeah.
is April 28th.
Gotcha.
All right. And the other
What's
one.
the other
that
one? Because I was
talking
watching that one too.
It's called Headspace Guide to Meditation.
Oh,
and that's the one.
That's what it was.
That is out right now.
Yes.
And the episodes are like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, that one was great. I actually really enjoyed that. That was with all the animation and stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm into this though.
Yeah, people are so fascinated with sleep. I'm obsessed with sleep, even though I don't sleep. But I'm just like, I spend more time thinking about sleep than I do really anything else. Maureen.
Do you have a movie that you put on that you love, not that
No.
you don't like, that
No.
automatically puts you to sleep?
No. I've had movies that inadvertently have put me to sleep. Like, remember when it took me 6 days to watch The Irishman? Or I just couldn't get through it. There was some sort of code they put into that movie that I was just out like a baby.
Oh, that code. I read about that. It's called boring.
True, yes.
For me, it's Ratatouille.
Ratatouille?
Anytime I put on Ratatouille, I have the best sleep.
Right. That movie was quite
I love
boring,
the
though.
movie.
You did, huh?
But it's just so calming
Did you see
to me.
Ratatouille, Mocha?
No.
You never watched that with the kid?
No.
No?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's,
Right now,
it's on the list, but it's way down the list.
Yeah, right now in our home, it's all trolls.
Yeah.
Like Cruz loves those trolls.
That's
movies.
it, huh?
My husband
Yeah.
used to collect troll dolls.
Okay, we've got way off topic. Jesus Christ, how did we start from? This is why I don't sleep. Honestly, this right here is
Because
no,
nonsense?
we start talking about like calm things, and I want to like have a conversation about sleep, and 30 seconds later, it's Matthew used to collect troll dolls. Right? This is why I don't sleep at night.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mocha.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Of course, man.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy. He's Jackson on Grey's Anatomy, by the way.
Okay. Is he the hot one?
At some point, I think he was the hot one.
Oh, and then he fell off?
No, but they just like, I think, at some point he was the hot one. No, but no. But I don't know if he's like, you can tell who the hot one is every season because they frame them like the hot one. Like everybody goes
Gotcha.
crazy for them.
Yeah.
But yes, Jackson had those couple of seasons where he was the hot one, but I don't think he's positioned
What was
that
his
way.
name on the show?
Jackson.
Oh, not like
Yeah.
a Mick? Like not Mick Jackson?
No,
Like how they had
no,
McSteamy and
Jackson's his first name.
What's his last name? Is it Mick something?
Jackson. Oh my God.
McHottie?
No, his
Jackson
mother.
McHottie?
No, his mother. No, he didn't get one of those nicknames.
Oh.
His mother is. Oh my God, people are going to kill me right now. Anyway, let me get to the story and then I'll figure out his last name. Maury, can you find it? What? Avery. Jackson Avery. Thank you very much. So he and his ex-wife, Erin Drake Lee, have been ordered to attend high-conflict parenting classes. This is despite finalizing their divorce last October. They are still in an ugly custody fight and have been ordered to attend this special program. It's a 6-session online course, which was created to teach parents who have divorced different conflict resolution tactics and skills to ease the stress on separation of their children. They have 2 kids, 1 7 and 1 5. Their divorce was finalized October 9th. Now, part of the battle, part of the agreement was that Jesse Williams, a.k.a. Jackson Avery, got to keep the money that he had earned from Grey's Anatomy since their 2017 split. So 2017 to 2020, how much money do you think that a big star in Grey's Anatomy makes?
Oh, millions.
Millions, right?
Yeah. I say for him, between that time, like banked at least like $3 million.
$3 million.
Yeah.
$930,000. is what he's claiming.
Total?
Total.
No.
Yeah, from 2017 until they split. Yeah.
Over 3 years?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That can't be right.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Check
That's
with
what
the
they say.
accountant.
I know. I thought that was crazy too.
Wow,
I thought that was
that's
crazy
incredible.
too. He was ordered to pay $40,000 a month in child support, and after settling 2 outstanding payments from 2019, he would no longer have to pay spousal support. So $40,000 in child support, and people don't make as much money as you think they make. Like they really don't. It's
I thought they were
wild.
making like millions of dollars.
No, Ellen Pompeo makes millions of dollars.
Sure,
right? She's the star of the show. It's her name. But other
not
people,
just-
other
not
people on that
Jesse-
show,
Jesse McHattie, no.
no, they make maybe $750,000 a year, maybe
Yeah.
$1 million a year.
But doesn't he have other stuff
maybe.
going on too?
I've
Like-
never seen him in anything else.
Like endorsement deals or like
They don't do endorsement deals. You
Like, wasn't
rarely see those people
wasn't he
doing
like Calvin
endorsement
Klein
deals.
or something? I don't know. Or like
what? Like I would know
like
who all the Calvin
cologne?
Klein models are.
Yeah, like
Because I
cologne, or
was
like he
one?
was like in a cologne commercial or something.
I don't know. I don't know that world, man. I don't know. I'm not a cologne and underpants guy. Okay.
I just thought he did stuff outside. Like I'm
Maybe
pretty
he
sure I saw
does.
him.
Sure.
in
Maybe
stuff outside.
maybe he's got a little underpant money stuffed away. Sorry.
Nope, you said what you said. That means that's what you meant.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yesterday on The Talk, I guess the show is finally back on after everything that went down between Cheryl and Sharon when Sharon was defending Piers Morgan after the Meghan Markle interview, and then they shut the whole thing down into this investigation when realistically they just should have allowed everybody to just jump on back on the show the next day and talk it through. It wound up becoming a giant thing. So
how long was it? A month that they've been
it was
off
a bit.
now?
It's been, yeah,
Wow.
it took a long time to get to this point, like a very long time to get to this point. This is Cheryl Underwood on the show yesterday, talking about how she felt immediately following that episode.
I feel like I'm in like PTSD. It's because it was a trauma, and I feel like I want to get past this because I really wanted to get back to work with my friends and my colleagues and the crew and them grizzly old dudes that been on the lot for 30 years.
It seemed weird to do this without having, and however you feel about Sharon Osbourne, that's aside the point, but it felt weird doing this without her. The show's called The Talk, right?
Yeah.
Like to have this discussion and sort of, lay everything out on the table. It just felt weird to not have her there to do this with them. But the question then became, has Cheryl talked to Sharon?
I have not spoken to and do not have any phone call missed or received that I can find in my phone. But there were text messages sent to me. And the reason that I did not speak about or acknowledge or even respond to those text messages because they were coming to me during the internal investigation. And I've never been through anything like this. So I didn't know if you were supposed to communicate or not communicate while there's an internal investigation. So I want to be clear on this. I have not spoken to Sharon. I have not had a phone call from her. And my fear of answering something because something pops up in the media that's misunderstood.
Yeah.
And people have asked me, well, if you see Sharon, what would you do? First of all, if she greeted me warmly and sincerely, I would give her that and the same because we've been on this show together for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to understand when you friends with somebody, you stay friends. And once what Maya Angelou say, when people show you who they are, believe them.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Last night on American Idol, I don't know if you saw this, one of the top contenders was a young kid named Wyatt Pike. Here's a little bit of Wyatt Pike singing just to remind everybody.
You know that I could use somebody. I could use somebody. Someone like you and all you know and how you speak.
So on the show, when Ryan Seacrest came out to announce the top 12, one, he talked about Luke Bryan, but also dropped this bombshell right afterwards.
As you may have heard, our own Luke Bryan announced this morning he tested positive for COVID-19. He's resting at home. Luke, we love you. feel better, you are missed, okay? Before we get to the results, I have to tell you that finalist Wyatt Pike will not be competing in the competition. He had to drop out, but we wish him the very best, okay?
Weird, right?
But it wouldn't say what happened?
No.
Like whether or not he got COVID as well?
No. The only thing that anybody has said is that Wyatt Pike did travel back home to Park City, Utah last week, where there are strict quarantine rules for filming on American Idol when you do return. So it may have been that he traveled and then couldn't make it to the show because of the quarantine days, right? So he may have had to drop out because of that, but he was like going to make top 12 on the show. It's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jay Baruchel's hosting a new comedy variety show for Amazon.
Oh, yeah?
It's called LOL Last One Laughing Canada. The 6-part comedy variety show will include a number of Canadian comics, all trying to get each other to laugh first.
Oh, okay.
And then the last comic standing will win a grand prize, which they can then donate to charity. The show is based on a series from Japan, and renditions of this show have already been created in Mexico, Australia, Germany, and Italy, with upcoming series in France, Spain, and now Canada. So this is one of these things that they do all over the world.
So would you just do anything?
I
Or
don't
is it
know.
like a stand-up routine?
I've never seen these before, so I don't know if it's just like people sitting across from each other, or if you're in a group, or what you have to do to make somebody laugh. Maury's charity would get nothing on that show. You would laugh in a second. And then everybody else would laugh because they would listen to Maury wheeze. And then no deserving children would get a dime from any of you. Yeah, so it's going to be good. So Jay Baruchel hosting that. I don't know when they're going to start to shoot it, but it will be an Amazon original.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sylvester Stallone has denied that he joined Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago golf club.
Oh, no.
So this came out, I guess, either late last week or earlier this week or over the weekend, and it was a story that said that he is a paid member of Trump's country club. And because I guess last year he bought a $35 million house down in the same neighborhood.
Stallone did?
Yeah, Stallone did. Ooh. Yeah, down in Florida. And he went on social media to say, I would like to say to everyone, this never happened. This is just not true. It never, in all caps, ever happened. Talking about the joining the club. I mean, no disrespect to anyone, he goes on to say, I'm simply not a member. Keep punching, folks. And then another rep for Sylvester Stallone put out their own statement saying, contrary to the media reports and rumors, Sylvester Stallone is officially not a member of Mar-a-Lago Country Club. They told that to the Hollywood Reporter. He did not join the organization. He did not pay initiation dues. So
come on, Rock.
Squashing that. But
you're a bum, Rock.
But it's funny, in the article I read, they refer to Sylvester Stallone as the Creed star.
No.
Yeah.
They won't even call him Rambo, huh?
No, not even Rocky.
Not even Rocky.
Not even Rocky. He was the Creed star, which is great.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Aaron Rodgers is getting high praise from the executives at Jeopardy, and I know a lot of people were sort of down on the possibility of Aaron Rodgers taking over permanently. But Jeopardy executive producer Mike Richards said that Aaron Rodgers came in so prepared, it was unbelievable. He approached this like he was breaking down a football game, which is high praise from Mike Richards, who runs the show. And I like what they're doing. I like that they're just going to keep running with guest hosts, because we keep talking about it, where if they had a permanent host in there already, like if it was Ken Jennings, we still wouldn't be having these conversations about Jeopardy. So much so that they're starting to add more.
Oh, wow.
And Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show is on the Ellen DeGeneres Show today, where she said this.
I just heard that you're going to be a guest host on Jeopardy.
I am. Yes. I can't believe it. It's going to run in June, and I actually already got to do it. It was totally intimidating. And I don't know. It's really hard being a game show host, but you know that, and I didn't. I was even more respecting what Alex Trebek did all those years. He was
wow. So, oh my God, what's his name? Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Did he kind of like set the bar, you think?
I don't know. People didn't seem to like him that much.
That's what I thought.
But I think internally they loved him.
Now he's getting all this praise.
Yeah, I really
Does he want to do it? Like, he does, right?
Yeah. He even said that he could do it while still playing football.
No, I know you can't.
That he could juggle both.
I don't think you could.
Yeah, like has Gayle King not done it? Has she not been asked to do it? No.
I don't think so.
I know everybody wants LeVar Burton, but I want to see Gayle King up there.
Yeah.
Like, to me, she's the obvious go-to for this.
She can stand up and cry like R. Kelly.
Yeah.
I like Gayle King.
I do. Gayle King is like an authority figure. And I think that you need a likable authority figure standing on that stage, because that's what Alex Trebek had.
Right.
And I think when you look around for that sort of likable, personable, but still like demands attention and respect and comes with authority, I think the list starts to really, really shrink. Ken Jennings is not that. Aaron Rodgers
He's not even in the conversation anymore, that guy, huh?
Right? No. I think Anderson Cooper is that.
Yeah.
I think Gayle King is that.
Would they ever give it to, what's his name? Andy Cohen, you think?
No, Andy Cohen is not that.
Anderson Cooper starts Monday.
Anderson Cooper starts Monday? Does he really more?
Oh, nice.
Good. So I'll get to see what he's like.
All right.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
God, Lil Nas X is so awesome.
What do you do
He's
now?
such a troll.
What happened?
So there was mass panic yesterday.
Why?
With fans of Lil Nas X. Because he wrote on Twitter, since Call Me By Your Name is no longer working on many streaming services, I will be uploading the audio to Pornhub at 3 p.m.
No.
And he followed that up by saying, not even joking. And then he went on to say, stream Call Me By Your Name hard today because it may no longer be available tomorrow and there's nothing I can do about it.
What?
So...
What do you mean it's not on streaming services anymore?
So he was telling people that it was being pulled off streaming services. So you better right now go and stream it hard.
Yeah.
Right? Because it may not be there tomorrow. So that boosts the streaming numbers. And then I guess puts him back at number one and all this other stuff. Billboard said that this accusation was false, stating that the song would not be taken down at all. Columbia Records, his record label, put out a statement saying, thanks for all your comments regarding Call Me By Your Name. It's unfortunately out of our control, but we are doing everything possible to keep the song up on streaming services, and we will keep you up to date as we hear more.
But why is it allegedly being taken off of streaming services?
Nobody said anything. There was no reason.
So he's just trying to rack up the listens.
And then Lil Nas tweeted, thank you to everyone for using your voices. I'm not placing any blame on one streaming service. Most people have said they are able to go and re-download. Please let me know if you guys have any problems. But I don't think it was ever pulled off any streaming services that I can see.
Keep his name out in the news for like a fourth week in a row.
Right.
Good for you.
So, yeah.
Sure,
so the headline was, Call Me By Your Name was being moved from Spotify to Pornhub.
Oh.
Right? He's such a troll.
Whatever happened
such a troll.
You remember when he said, if my new song, Call Me By Your Name, goes to number one, I'll buy everyone that follows me socks?
Right. Yes. What happened to that promise?
Yeah, because the song hit number one.
Yes. What happened to the socks promise?
What's Fruit of the Loom socks? Get me some Hanes.
Exactly.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hank Azaria was on the Dax Shepard podcast the other day and was giving his feelings towards all those years that he played Apu on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And this is what Hank Azaria had to say.
One student in particular I was speaking to at my son's school, I was talking to the Indian students there. I wanted to get their input. 17-year-old boy. He's never even seen The Simpsons. Doesn't know from it, really, but knows what Apu means. It's practically a slur at this point. All he knows is this is how his people are thought of and represented to many people in this country. Still, I really do apologize. I know you weren't asking for that, but it's important. You know, I apologize for my part in creating that, in participating in that. You know, part of me feels like I need to go around to every single Indian person in this country and personally apologize. And sometimes I do when it
Buy
comes
them
up.
all a Dairy Queen. You owe every single Indian a Dairy Queen.
So a rep for the Hindu American Foundation told TMZ that Hank doesn't have to torment himself for his work on The Simpsons, or at least he doesn't have to do it alone. She says that the staff at the Hindu American Foundation would love to have a sit down with Hank Azaria. She tells TMZ that them coming to the table would help Hank do a lot of learning, and he seems very open to this as well. They go on to say that they can expose him to Indian people's lived experiences and have dialogue about his lingering guilt. So I think that people are they're accepting his sincerity.
For sure.
Is I think,
and you can tell too.
Yeah,
right?
Is I think that the way that it goes with that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
DMX's family had to release a statement because of all the weird and wild rumors and speculation. So they said this: there have been a few rumors following our loved one Earl Simmons' passing that we'd like to clear up. No one has bought Earl's masters. So there was a story going around that Jay-Z and Beyonce bought up DMX's masters for $10 million. I
saw that.
And we're planning on giving them to his children, I
Right.
guess. Not true at all.
Oh, wait. Not true that they're not giving it to his kids?
No,
or not
it
true
didn't
that they're...
happen.
Oh, they didn't buy the masters at all?
No,
Oh,
it didn't
okay.
happen. Additionally, the family said, we are not selling any merch or raising any money for Earl's funeral. If anyone is requesting money for his funeral, please be aware that they are a scammer. So that was the other story that came out, is that the family was in dire straits and that they couldn't afford the funeral. So they were selling all this merch and everything else. And of
Yeah.
course, people go and they buy it.
Yeah, 'cause
And
they love DMX.
Somebody sets up a website where you can donate because people love DMX, and they click a
Man.
link and they shoot somebody $5. So now
Yeah.
the family's going through all of this, and even with all the disinformation that came out when DMX was in the hospital, like he's dead, he's not dead, he's on a ventilator, he's not on a
Yeah.
ventilator, he's got COVID, he doesn't have COVID. So they were dealing with all of that. And the misinformation coming from his own people, where it was his own guy that said he was off the breathing machine at
Yeah.
first, and then they had to take that back. And now they have to go out on the defensive and say, hey, listen, we're not selling merch. It's scammers. There's no truth to the Beyonce Jay-Z Masters rumor. Like, now they got to do all this.
And it's not even a week that the man passed away.
No. Now they got to go through all that.
Right?
So
I saw the streaming numbers for his tracks and
Huge.
albums shot up like 1,000% or something.
Yeah, massive.
Right?
What's the song? If you're going to stream DMX, help people out here, because I think that there's a lot of people. We all know the name DMX.
Yeah.
Some people are old enough to remember the iconic concert at Woodstock '99.
Where like it looked like the entire world was there.
Yeah.
And the entire world was singing Party Up.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't seen that footage,
it's
go look
crazy.
for it.
Yeah.
It really does. It's infinite people.
Yeah, that show was wild. Woodstock '99 was a wild show. That's when Limp Bizkit set the whole place on fire. Remember that?
That's true. Yes,
Yeah, dude, it was chaos. Like it was absolute chaos.
Party Up from DMX. That is
That's the
like
one?
that's an ultimate. But like as a fan,
Yeah.
and it's fun. Not funny, but like maybe 6 months ago, I started listening to DMX's Essentials album on Apple Music. And just going through his catalog of tracks, and just fell in love with songs all over again. And there's two that are my all-time favorite DMX songs.
Yeah.
Based on the lyrics and the tone, the vibe, and the feeling that DMX was going through. Two of them. Slippin' is probably number one.
Right.
And the other one is Where I'm From.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where we start?
No. Sorry. Slippin' and oh my God, what is it? How can I be? No. Oh my God. And I was listening to it like on repeat on the weekend. Hold on, I have it on my phone. Let me tell you. It is. You know which one? How It's Going Down. That's
There
what
you
it
go.
is. Yeah.
There you
Slipping
go.
and How It's Going
Okay.
Down. All right.
So that's where we start.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kenan Thompson was talking about how the Home Alone reboot is almost finished. I didn't even know there was a Home Alone reboot. Did you?
No. What Home Alone reboot?
Exactly.
So what the hell?
Yeah,
Home Alone reboot.
Yeah. So I didn't even know about that. How
Wait
did
a
I not
minute,
know
you know
about
what?
this? Disney Plus.
Did we talk about this before?
We might have. I have no memory of anything, man.
This actually now does sound familiar. I think we've talked about
So
this.
Kenan Thompson said this. It was a long shoot, got shut down, came back around because of the pandemic and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think they're getting very close to finishing it.
On Disney?
To their credit, they're just not copying the plot of the original. This one stars Ellie Kemper and Rob Delaney as, quote, adults who go to war with a kid who has stolen a priceless heirloom in order to save their home from financial ruin. The kid is played by Archie Yates from Jojo Rabbit. Maury. Oh, yeah. So here's we do? Oh, cool. Here's Kenan Thompson talking about the Home Alone reboot. Okay, cool. I like that kid in Jojo. Did you see Jojo Rabbit?
Never watched it,
Oh,
no.
my God. It's heartbreaking.
Alejandra R. wants to know if you can spill any details, Kenan, about the new Home Alone reboot you're starring in.
Yeah, I'll spill all the details. It was a long shoot. It started in Canada and got shut down, and then we came back around because of the pandemic and stuff. So it's been very, splotchy, I guess, as far as trying to get it done is concerned. But I think they're getting very close to finishing it, and I did like ADR for it recently, so that's usually like one of the last steps. So It's coming out.
Good, good.
Ellie couldn't be nicer, Ellie Kemper's in it, and I guess she's like the only name I can name.
So the parents are Ellie Kemper and Rob Delaney, and then Archie Yates from Jojo Rabbit is the kid. Cool. You never saw Jojo Rabbit, huh?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. But it's brilliant. It's one of the.
I don't need sad movies in my life.
Well, no, but a couple parts are sad.
Like, I
but
still
the
can't
rest
bring
of,
myself.
The rest of it's brilliant.
I still can't bring myself to watch Palmer with Justin Timberlake.
Oh
on
God,
Apple.
no. This isn't like that.
I still can't bring myself to watch He's Our Friend or This Is Our Friend. The one with the
No. This isn't like that. This
Jason
is
Segel?
This is a little boy whose imaginary friend is Adolf Hitler.
Oh, okay. So not the kind of sad that I was thinking of.
No. But it's really, really, it's a really great movie. Really great movie.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The rumors of Idris Elba being James Bond have just been around for years. And it's gotten to the point of now, even Idris Elba's mother believes that he will be the next James Bond. This is Idris in a new interview.
And I know the rumors about Bond have always, chased me. Listen, my poor mum, she's like, one day you go to get it. Don't mind them.
Oh, no.
Don't mind them. So I was like, Mum, it's all right, man. I'm good. I've got Luther. But I'm definitely doing that. The Suicide Squad's coming out this year. That's a great look. I'm really excited about that. Shout out to James Gunn, who directed that, and that whole team.
Meanwhile, BBC's diversity chief, Miranda Wayland, the headlines are that Luther, have you watched Luther, his show?
I haven't, but
show?
I know a lot of people
love
like
it, man. But they're saying that Luther isn't black enough because
Who's saying that?
The diversity chief.
What?
Because Luther in the show doesn't have any black friends and doesn't eat Caribbean food. They say that this doesn't feel authentic.
No, somebody actually said that?
Their diversity chief. Yeah. Somebody who is black said that. This is the quote. It's great having those big landmark shows with those key characters, but it's about making sure everything around them, their environment, their culture, the set is absolutely reflective. It will be very much about how we can make sure that this program is authentic in terms of storytelling. Yeah, they say that Luther doesn't have any black friends and he doesn't eat Caribbean food. This doesn't feel authentic, is what she said. Does that seem right? I've never watched the show.
I don't think so. I don't know if that's right.
I've never.
Okay, listen, I'm Guyanese.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I like Guyanese food. I will eat Guyanese food. I
Right.
love Italian food.
Right. Yes.
Does that make me?
What if Luther just happens to love a curry? Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Or burgers or whatever it is. I don't know.
What if Luther
But again,
loves
but
fish and chips?
I don't look at shows like that, right?
Yeah,
like
me neither.
but no. But I'm just saying that because I'm a white guy, I don't look at show like that would never occur to me. Or I'm like later, if it did occur to me, it's going to probably occur to me.
Sure.
Like later on than
But I
what
don't
it
know.
would
I don't
occur
watch
to
Luther.
you.
Are there like a lot of scenes where Luther is sitting there like yamming down food?
No, I don't know. Shem, do you watch this show?
Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I do, yeah.
What do you think of this headline?
It's a weird one because I'm like Mocha. I don't really look at Luther, and I'm a big fan of the show.
Yeah.
And say to myself, he's not black enough.
Right.
I mean, he's black.
Yeah.
And Idris Elba is black. And
Right.
whether he eats Caribbean food or not has no bearing on whether I think, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Isn't
It's
it,
just dumb.
like, it's so weird. Like, as a person, there are multiple colors of people in the world, but for us at least, or like a lot of people out there,
Yeah.
you don't see color. You know what I mean? Like, I see Shem as, you're a black guy, right? I see you as a black guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I see Roz as like a white guy.
Right?
But at the same time, I don't see you as a white guy. I don't see you as a black guy.
Yeah, you see our personalities.
But to me,
Like, it's so weird.
The way that I read this headline, and please correct me if I'm wrong, right? But to me, it almost seems like they want to insert more of what some would consider stereotypes.
Yeah, like, I mean, are they looking for Luther to listen to rap music and hip hop in the show? Like, will that make it black enough?
Right.
Right? Like, that to me is just a weird thing.
Right.
Really weird. But
Yeah.
you don't see my chocolate skin? You really don't?
No, but does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Like, I'm not going to accuse you of not liking a food. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, Roz, how is it that in 12 years that we've worked together, I have never seen you eat lemon meringue pie?
Right. Why have I never brought a quiche into work?
Yeah. How come you're not spreading love with tuna casserole all over the place?
Right.
Like, could you imagine?
Yeah. Don't worry. Shepherd's pie for everybody tomorrow morning. Okay.
I can't wait.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Billy Eichner shared a clip of him on The Bachelor back in 2009 when he was sort of brought in to sort of mentor Colton Underwood as he was going on his journey to find love with all these beautiful women.
Yeah.
And Billy Eichner was goofing because the big story at the time was that Colton was a virgin, right? And everybody was sort of puzzled why this former football player, stud, everything else was still a virgin. We knew he had a religious background, but anyway, there was a lot of questions at the time. And so this is Billy Eichner from 2019 on The Bachelor.
Look for? No, the first thing I do, I'm gay. I know that's a shock, Colton. And that I think you should look into. Maybe you're the first gay bachelor and we don't even know.
Okay.
I put that in your promo. See you later.
Yo, Colton was shook. He didn't even know what to say
he
at
was
that
like,
point.
he just see his face. He was like, like it was wild, right? He's like, oh my God, no.
Probably yelling at the producers. Y'all can edit that out, right?
Billy says on Twitter, congratulations, Colton. If you're gay, be gay. I've been gay forever and I love it. And then Colton wrote back being like, love you, love this. And I now love being gay. And then Billy wrote back saying, I'm happy for you. See you in the club, Colton. Now, what this has done as well, this according to TMZ, is that a number of producers from the Bachelor franchise were so moved by Colton's revelation that they've informally started talks amongst themselves about possibly doing a gay Bachelor.
Oh, wow,
which
really?
people have talked about forever. But the one sort of problem with doing gay Bachelor is that it's all hot guys who are into guys, therefore another guy. Like, how do you prevent them from falling in love with one another? Like, you have a bad date with The Bachelor and you come back and you're emotional and somebody's comforting you, and we know what that leads to in the world, right? Smooching.
Like, what do you do?
Like, what do you do, right? Like, what if you walk in and you look at The Bachelor, but you're also looking at one of the other contestants and you're like, whoa, but hold on a second.
Yeah,
here.
yo, you also from Chicago?
Yeah, bro, right? So, but we know that Colton is currently filming a docuseries for Netflix about his coming out journey. And then, so he's no longer under contract with the Bachelor organization, but he is under contract with Netflix. And we know Netflix also does reality dating shows. So maybe if this does happen, something like it, where he winds up as the host of something, it actually won't be part of the Bachelor franchise. It will more be on a Netflix site type property.
But you still have that problem, though, that you just mentioned.
You will always have that problem.
Right?
Right? Maury, would that be a problem? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs down? You don't think that would be a problem? What? No problem. You don't think that would be a problem? Come in here. I can't hear you. Nobody can hear you. You're like 20 feet away behind glass. So wait a second, and break this down to me. You don't think it would be a problem?
If everybody just sort of does their own thing in the house?
No. What I mean is,
Boy's ultimate fantasy.
Yes. Okay. No, that's not the problem I was referring to. The problem I was referring to is how do you build a show and the journey in finding love on something like Gay Bachelor when everybody in the environment are all interested in the
You
same
don't
thing?
call it Gay Bachelor, you call it Gay Love Island, where anybody can just do their own
No, but
thing.
the talks are doing a Gay Bachelor.
You can't because
This is what I just said then, and you said it wasn't a problem.
Oh, I don't think it's a problem. If you want to go hook up with that person, go hook up with that person.
Trying to produce a show where you get to the end and it's
I
one
would
guy.
watch this.
Yes, okay, yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would be all over Gay Bachelor, right? All over Gay Bachelor because I would just want to watch other people like hook up with each other, and I would just want to see the look on the Bachelor's face, being like, "You're not here for the right reasons," and have some guy go, "That's the reason I'm here."
The Bachelor walks in, he'd be like, "You two, stop kissing.
That's what
You're
I'm
supposed
saying,
to be kissing
man.
me."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a very difficult thing to navigate, but who knows?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Katy Perry, who is one of the most followed people on social media.
Yeah.
She got 115 million followers on Instagram and 109 million followers on Twitter.
Whew.
She goes on Twitter and says, social media is trash. The decline of human civilization. Hashtag, I said what I said. And then she follows that up with, anyway, I love you.
Oh, wow. All right.
no context, no nothing. I imagine
maybe she came across something she didn't like.
Yeah, I imagine there was a story that came out where herself and Miranda Kerr were talking about their relationship. Miranda Kerr is Orlando Bloom's ex-wife.
Mhm.
And I guess they had bonded, with each other, and they have a decent relationship. And then people just started to get nasty, as they do, as we've seen before.
That's nice, though, that they were able to,
to
do that.
Why you have to do stuff like that? But there was some nasty reaction to that. In the same way that there is with Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what those two women do. People are always going to send them to war, on social media.
Yeah.
So that's what Katie had said with no context and just sort of left that there, which is damaging when you are like a power user. When you are, this was like when Chrissy Teigen left. Like when Chrissy Teigen left Twitter, it wasn't just Chrissy Teigen leaving Twitter. Like that, like Twitter takes a hit when somebody like Chrissy Teigen leaves.
Your words matter.
And when somebody like Katy Perry says social media is trash, the decline of human civilization, like that stuff, like that matters when somebody's that kind of power user. But yeah, no context. That was just Katie saying what Katie's saying.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Bobby Brown was on Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith and talking about, they went through a lot of stuff, all the drugs and the relationship with Whitney and everything else. Yeah. But he puts the blame on Whitney's death and his daughter, Bobby Christina's death, solely on her ex-boyfriend, Nick Gordon. Listen to this.
So you believe that there was foul play in Bobby Christina's
Definitely.
death? Got it.
Yes,
okay.
definitely.
Like
All
that
right.
maybe he drugged her?
Definitely.
Wow. Okay.
He was the only one there with both situations, with my ex-wife and with my daughter, and they both died the same way.
So you think that he killed Whitney as well?
I believe so.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Do you think that he provided Bobby Christina and Whitney with the drugs?
I
How do
think-
you think that he's culpable?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is my opinion of who I think this young man was, being around my daughter and being around my ex-wife. I think he was more so a provider of, party favors. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, big
Wow.
accusations.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Former Brooklyn Center police officer Kim Porter was arrested yesterday and charged with second-degree manslaughter for the killing of 20-year-old Dante Wright. The former police chief, who also resigned this week, he was the one that said that Potter, who was a 26-year veteran on the force, he was the one that said that it was a mistake and that she intended to use her taser when firing at Wright, but used her gun instead. The charge, which carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison, can be applied in circumstances, and this is important here, where a person is suspected of causing a death by, quote, culpable negligence that creates an unreasonable risk and consciously takes chances to cause the death of a person. Wright family attorney Ben Crump said the family appreciates the criminal case, but again disputed that the shooting was accidental, arguing that an experienced officer knows the difference between a taser and a handgun, saying Kim Potter executed Dante for what amounts to no more than a minor traffic infraction and a misdemeanor warrant. So charges have been laid in that case.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Question for you. I'm only doing this because the answer is quite interesting. Okay. I'm not doing this to be gross.
Okay.
Okay. But close your eyes for a second. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay. if I asked you in your lifetime,
yes,
how many pimples do you think that you were going to pop in your lifetime? Okay, in your lifetime.
This is so gross.
Okay, you can break it down, like how many you feel that you get a year, like all of that stuff. You can try and do the math on this if you want.
Like, I don't know, 1,000?
But how many pimples do you think that you're going to pop in a lifetime?
I have one in my nose right now.
Inside your nose. Those hurt
Like
a lot.
right here.
Those hurt a lot. Same thing within the ear. They hurt.
Like 1,000.
Like a ton. So, Mocha, you say 1,000. More.
Because especially when you're a teenager and you get a lot of them, right?
I get a lot on my nose.
Yeah.
Still. I'm going to say like roughly 400,000.
400,000?
No.
In a lifetime.
400,000.
Because I have a lot like on my shoulders and stuff. So like if you think of like 10 per month.
You get 10 shoulder pimples per month?
Okay, but Maury, do that math then. 10 per
20,
month.
30, 40, 50. Okay, so maybe, let's
You're less than what Mocha just said.
Okay, so let's go down to 60,000.
60,000? You are...
Bro, you need to see the dermatologist.
Yes, man. Okay, so they say the average person gets 65 pimples per year.
Yeah.
About 40 on their face and about 25 on the rest of their body.
This is so gross.
Okay, but
here's
my question though.
Okay.
Are ingrowns considered pimples?
No.
I say
but it's
yes.
got a white head on it, right?
I say yes.
Right?
Yeah, gross.
Okay, what about blackheads? Is that a pimple?
I was going to ask that because when you squeeze your nose, that's what comes out.
Right. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's considered a pimple and what's not a pimple.
Blackheads, I'd say yes. Ingrowns, I'd say no.
Okay, so
ingrowns, I say yes. Blackheads, I say no.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I agree that an ingrown looks like a pimple, hurts like a pimple, pops like a pimple. That's a pimple.
How are blackheads?
Doesn't matter what's
so
in
gross
it.
that we're talking about. Can you just get to the answer right now?
Okay, I'm working on it. It takes a while, man. Okay, so if we live to 80, 75 for men, poor us. They say 65.4 pimples a year. I got a 0.4 on my back right now. 65.4 pimples per year. That works out to, in your lifetime, you will pop, assuming you pop all your pimples. Some of us don't. 3,800 pimples in your lifetime is what you're popping.
3,800.
Yes.
Wow.
So Maury, imagine what you would look like if you had to hit that mark of 400,000 in your lifetime.
Very rad.
That's so gross.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, for God's sakes. Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod broke up officially.
No.
Yeah.
It was rumored how many weeks ago? Like 3-4 weeks ago?
and then they said, which was people don't say this who are in their position, which is, hey, we got stuff going on and we're going to work through it, and they were pretty honest about it. And you normally don't get that sort of honesty, especially from stars at their level. And they went away. I think they went on like a big vacation and they worked on it. There was tons of pictures of them that were very
Couples
invasive.
retreat.
Yeah. And so they announced through a joint statement that was delivered to the Today Show today. They say this: we have realized that we are better as friends and look forward to remaining so. We will continue to work together and support each other on our shared businesses and projects. We wish the best for each other's for each other and one another's children. Out of respect for them, the only other comment that we have to say is thank you to everyone who has sent kind words and support. So that is the end of J-Lo and A-Rod.
They're not getting their deposit back for anything that they put money down for.
You think they worry about that?
For their wedding.
You think J-Lo and A-Rod are worried about that?
They probably spent a lot of money on wedding stuff, right?
Bro, they don't need the money.
You're not getting that back.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Explain this to me.
Okay.
So The very first Yeezy sneakers ever worn in public by Kanye are going up for auction. Okay, these are the Nike Air Yeezy 1 prototypes.
Yeah.
Which Kanye debuted at the 50th Annual Grammy Awards in 2008. They're said to be among the most expensive sneakers ever to appear on the market. This according to Sotheby's.
Okay.
Who are
they
auctioning
red?
them
Are
off.
these the Red Octobers?
Don't
I don't
know.
think so. Maybe not.
Described in a press release as one of the most prized and sought after sneakers in existence.
Wow. Okay.
The shoes will be offered at a private sale after going on display in Hong Kong later this month. They're expected to be upwards of $1 million.
Wow, I believe it.
So this would pass the Christie's auction last year for the Nike Air Jordan 1s worn by Michael Jordan in 1985. Those went for $615,000. These are expected to go over $1 million to become the most prized sneakers
Could you imagine?
ever in existence. But this is my question, though.
Yeah.
Going back to even just like J-Lo and A-Rod. Why sell them? Why is Kanye selling them?
Doesn't need them.
Doesn't need the shoe, but it's something you invented and you're just going to auction it off. Like, you don't need the money. Like, I understand when somebody does
doesn't care.
something
Maybe
where they
he-
need the money.
He just doesn't care about them anymore.
You think so, huh?
Yeah.
They're all black,
okay.
Maury says.
I don't think
It's
he
weird
cares.
to me when rich people auction off things that you would think are a prized possession.
It just goes to
them.
show that for them, it's not.
No, it's just they don't care.
Yeah. It's out of their life, right?
Yeah, it's wild, though.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
All right, fellas, once again, time to go through these questions for Ask Roz and Mocha. Hello, Juliet. How are you?
Hi, Mocha. I'm good, thanks.
Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. What's the question you got for everyone?
My question is, what was your first kiss like? Was it something to remember or something you wish you could forget?
Do you have an answer, Juliet?
Mine is a bit of both, actually.
Oh, do
So,
tell. Girl dish.
Yeah.
Well, my first kiss happened with someone I liked, but he had much more experience in that area. And so after the kiss, he asked me, "You'd never kissed anyone, have you?" And I was totally embarrassed.
Yeah. Rook, how did you go? Do you remember how you went in?
Oh, I think it's the way I reacted. I kind of I wiped my mouth because it was kind of wet.
He stuck his tongue in and everything?
No, it was just
okay.
wet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he licked them lips, though, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember how old you were?
I was 18.
Oh, 18.
That's when you got your first kiss?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you'd never been in a situation before where even like at 13 or 14 years old that maybe there was a chance you were going to kiss a guy?
No.
How does that even happen? And I'm not judging you in any way, but like what kind of life were you living where you had your first kiss at 18?
I was just like a really shy person, and I was like a little homebody.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Interesting. And so was this guy your boyfriend or was this just somebody that you decided to kiss?
well, we were kind of dating.
And how long did it last after you guys kissed? Did you continue to date for a while? Did you break up?
Oh, it's been 30 years later, and we're still together.
What? You married the first guy you kissed?
Yo, that's crazy.
Hold on now here. You married the first guy you kissed? You've only kissed one dude your whole life, huh?
That's almost awful.
That is no, it's incredible. That's
but you
so
don't know how
rare.
anyone else kisses.
So this guy then, right? Your now husband.
Mm-hmm.
In between the time that you like were officially dating and this first kiss, there was never a time where you weren't in each other's lives. Like he had another girlfriend or you had another boyfriend or anything like that.
No.
Wow.
That's incredible, actually.
Yeah. And then, so how long after the first kiss did you guys get married? How old were you when you got married?
Oh, it was still a while. I was young, so
Yeah.
it took a while.
Wow. And like every other part of your relationship is fine now, right? Like there's no more firsts?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like there's nothing left to conquer?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just wondering that, like you were a little late in life. That's incredible. So he was the first person that you kissed, right? Obviously, according to you, you were not the first person that he kissed. So did you then ask him, like, have you guys had conversations about the other girls that he's kissed? Like, were you curious about that at all or no?
No, not really.
No, huh?
Oh,
Wow.
so you don't know what his number is? His kissing number?
No.
Is he there? Can we ask him?
No, Maury, come on. We can't do that.
No, he's at work.
He's at work.
Yeah. Juliet's like, thank God. David Maury.
I remember my first kiss, but I also remember my first that I didn't know it was a kiss.
Was your first kiss a boy kiss or a girl kiss?
Always boy. I never kissed a girl.
Okay, you've never kissed a girl.
But the first time the guy was kissing me and I didn't know what was happening was in his basement.
What did you think he was doing?
Well, he started nibbling on my ear and kissing me, but I called for his mom and said, "Adam's biting me."
Oh my God, poor Adam.
Always a snitch, huh?
Yeah,
you
big
didn't
time.
even say stop biting me, man. You went
Yeah.
straight to snitching.
Yeah, I called his mom to the basement. I'm like, "Well, he's biting me."
Straight to snitching.
Oh, what happened to Adam?
Oh, Adam got sent to his room and I had to go home.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
for biting.
Yeah.
For biting. Okay, so that wasn't on the lips though, right?
No, that was just sort of like around the ear area.
Okay, wow,
But
he
he was trying to be like romantic, but I thought he was trying to hurt
And
me.
how old are you at this point?
We were like 17.
17?
Oh my
Okay,
God.
hold on a second
Yo,
here.
17 years old, you're stitching to this guy's mom's?
17 and you're calling, "Hey mom, Adam's biting me?" You know she knew what was going on, right?
I didn't.
No, but she did.
Of course.
She did. Right? Okay, wow. So
She probably sent you home because you dissed her son.
Jesus, man. Okay, so what was your first like real kiss then?
Okay, that was my first boyfriend, first
Okay.
true boyfriend.
Yeah.
And we.
How
put
old are
on-
you at this point?
I was 18.
Okay.
So a year later.
Yeah.
And I remember we had Madonna's Ray of Light album on because it was like brand new, like on loop.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget this. He put on The Shower, okay? And he wanted it to be kind of like some sort of weird holistic moment where the water was pouring on us and we sort of kissed but started giggling. Looking back, it's really
hold on a
romantic.
second. In the shower?
Like we were sitting on the bathtub floor.
Okay.
And the water was pouring
so hold
on us
on a
like
second
rain.
here.
You have clothes on or naked?
You had your first kiss naked?
Yes.
Wow.
How do you get from clothes on to clothes off with no like making out?
Well, he was just like, "Let's go take a shower together." I was like, "Okay."
And you were like, "All right."
And then he's like, "Let's sit down on the bathtub floor."
Because that's clean.
Yeah, big time.
And he's like, "I'm going to put the shower on so it's like rain while the music's playing."
Okay. And so you put the music on. You guys are listening to Madonna sitting cross-legged facing each other in a shower.
Yeah.
While the water
Swaying
just
back
like
and forth,
swaying back
yeah.
and forth. Are you holding hands? Like what are you doing? Are you like reaching around and hugging each other? Or
No, we were looking at each other and just kind of looking.
where are
each
your
other-
hands though?
Like
are
on
you
our own
covering up
laps.
are you covering up yourself? So he
I may
doesn't
have
see?
at the moment just out of embarrassment.
Yeah.
Then he's like, "Okay, are you ready?"
That was
Are
the
you-"
embarrassing part.
He's like, "Okay, are you ready? Are you ready?" And I'm like,
Okay.
"Okay, let's do it."
Yeah.
And I remember it was like we kept leaning in, leaning back, leaning in, leaning back, like we weren't sure,
Oh,
like,
like
is
a
this really
dance.
going to
Like
happen?
you guys
Is
are
this-
dancing, right?
Right? Like, is this
Yeah.
going to happen? Is this going to happen?
There's a rhythm to it.
And then I remember like the world stopped.
Okay. And was it a good kiss?
It was okay.
Yeah.
But I remember like
God,
30
what do you
seconds.
need to make you happy, man?
Like
what
you
do
just
need?
described this movie.
Like
this movie moment.
that guy put so much work into that, right? Jeez, man.
But I
what's
remember
gonna make
30
you
seconds in, we
happy?
started giggling.
Okay. So he ever kissed anybody before?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So you weren't his first.
No.
He had done this move presumably with
Absolutely.
another guy.
With the guy that
you
he
weren't the
worked with.
first guy in the tub. With
No,
him.
he made out with a guy he worked with at Taco Bell.
Okay. Yeah. As you do.
Fry Supreme, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So Maury was 18 as well. That's interesting. Mocha, do you remember yours?
Yeah, Polish girl when I was 4 years old in kindergarten.
Yeah. First real kiss though. Real kiss.
Oh,
like real kiss where it was like passionate and you
Grade 3.
you get sort of aroused.
Yeah, grade 3 with this redhead girl behind the
Yeah,
school every single day.
Yeah.
Every day after school, we'd have like a crazy makeout session.
So you are
Have
what?
you tried looking her up now?
You are
No.
what in grade 3? 7?
So, yeah, about 7 years
about
old.
7 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when I was in grade 9, I had this one girlfriend, and I was like so amateur with kissing. Like
Yeah.
so amateur. It was
Right.
embarrassing because it was like wide open mouth, right?
Like wide, like
Like so wide, right? And we
Yeah.
were like tongue kissing and everything, but
Yeah,
so
yeah,
wide.
yeah.
And the makeout sessions were really long.
Yeah.
But like saliva would be dripping down like her face.
Yeah.
Because my mouth was so wide.
Right. Like you guys are vampires, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just like it's
Just
almost feral at that
yeah, just
point,
complete
right?
horny animals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And just amateurs, both of us.
Right. You didn't know how neither of you knew what you were doing.
No,
Neither
no,
of
but
you.
we were just
huh?
going in for it.
Yeah. I don't remember my first kiss at all.
No.
No. I don't have I don't have a lot of memories of stuff like that. Yeah, so I mean, I don't put it this way. I don't remember my life where I wasn't kissing girls.
Do you remember like when you were
Yeah.
Right? I don't. I don't remember my life where I wasn't kissing
What about
girls.
before that though, where all the guys would get together and teach each other how to kiss?
What are you talking about?
Where you use your hands and you're like, okay, when you're like where you'd show each other. One guy was always the more experienced one, like the mocha of the
No,
group.
but what I'm saying, Maury, is that like I never went through that because I was always kissing girls.
But someone had to teach you.
Nobody taught me how to kiss. Who would do it? You think like all the boys learn how to kiss from their boyfriends?
I remember an overnight camp. We'd all huddle around one guy's bunk bed, and he'd show us how to do it.
Well, how did he show you how to do it? What was
with your
his,
two hands?
and like peck each other?
No.
What would he do?
He would show you with both of his hands. Like,
right.
this is your lower lip, this is your
Yeah.
upper lip.
And he would say-
and the lower lip goes between her two lips
Right.
to kiss.
Right.
Or you go sideways, and then,
Right.
like, the tongue goes in.
Okay, you know he's just flirting at this point, right? Like that's called grooming. Like that's not the cool kid at camp.
Because then the following sentence was probably like, does that seem interesting to you?
Yes. How does that make you? How does that make you feel in your swim trunks? Maury? Right? Be honest.
Because we
now.
had to practice before we walked the girl back to her cabin.
Right. Okay, but you didn't. You didn't,
girl?
No, like after a dance or whatever, all the guys would pick a girl and you'd walk her back to the cabin.
Right. And so what did you do? You did nothing, though.
I went back to my bed.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Well, there you go, Juliet. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have
All
a
right,
wonderful
Juliet,
day.
You
Appreciate
take it
it.
easy.
You too, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Rachel says here, do you prefer a wireless mouse or a wired mouse
Wow,
for your
that
computer?
is a left turn, man, from where we just were. I can only now I'm just thinking, in terms of kissing.
I'm wireless mouse all day.
No, I'm trackpad all day.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I only use a mouse at work here, and I hate it.
My preference is definitely, and at work I have a wired mouse.
Mm-hmm.
So my preference, though,
Because
in
I
a
don't
mouse
think you can
situation,
get a wired one with Mac anymore.
yeah, you can USB.
Oh, I didn't know. Because the wireless ones now, they don't have batteries in them anymore. You have to just
You
plug
just charge them
in.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I mean, the one we have here is just like one of those crappy, like old
Regular
school,
office
like
ones, yeah.
Logitech, whatever it is. I don't know, Lenovo.
With the daisy wheel on top.
Yeah, like that's fine.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, daisy wheel.
That's really?
I thought it was just
Right?
called a wheel.
Yeah, it's called a daisy wheel.
Daisy wheel.
Is it
No,
really?
that's not real, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That seems like something that another one of those counselors showed you when all the other kids went to bed.
Does that seem interesting to you?
Yeah. You ever seen a daisy wheel, Maury?
You only need one finger to use it. M. Piazza asks, what is your favorite room in your house?
Oh, Roz, we know the answer for
Obviously,
you.
the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Maury?
Bedroom.
Really?
Because I just absolutely love lying in bed.
Actually,
Yeah.
no. The kitchen's my favorite room. in the
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
I have two. I mean, if I had to choose one, it would be the family room, but I also love the kitchen. But family room because TV's in there and I can sit there, watch TV, and use my laptop or my iPad or whatever. But my favorite room in the house is definitely family room.
There's and the other reason I love the bedroom is in front of our bed is this massive picture of Matthew and I that Catherine, you know Catherine.
You mean the mother of his daughter? The woman that he's spending the rest of his life with?
Yeah.
The woman that he's been with for the past like almost 12 years?
Okay.
I
Okay.
think he knows her.
Okay.
You know her, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty well.
Yeah, she blew up our wedding photo for us and like put some sort of like shiny stuff on it to make it.
Oh,
all
the
sealed.
resin picture.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So that's like right in front of her. So I lie there
right.
and stare at that, remembering happy times.
Right.
One happy day.
Yeah. Does Matthew ever just put a Post-it note over your face on that thing or no?
Oh, no.
No?
Take out the dog with a note.
Yeah. The Post-it comes off when you take out the dog.
Kayla Ekosua. Oh, Kayla listens to us, by the way, from Texas.
Really?
Yeah, Kayla messages us all the time. She's got a wonderful family. Love you, Kayla. Kayla says here, when was the last time you felt pure pride in yourself from something you accomplished? Great question.
Jesus, that's a lot. I have a feeling that it's not going to be something like great because I don't really I don't think in terms of like big things. It's always something dumb. Like
I have an answer, and I think mine's like sort of dumb, but I'm still pretty proud.
Like
of it.
I made homemade onion rings not that long ago.
Okay.
And they were delicious
Mhm.
because historically in my life, every now and then, a couple times a year, I try and make onion rings and I will inevitably screw them up.
Sure.
They won't come out right. They'll be too oily. The batter's too thick, whatever it was. But like 6 months ago, I made onion rings and they came out like perfect, like absolutely perfect onion rings. And the only reason why I was proud of myself was because I had screwed them up so many times.
But I think that you
before,
should be
right?
proud of that.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of attempts, and now you got the recipe like absolutely perfect. I think you should be proud of
Yeah,
that.
so something like that, but I don't
Sure.
have like there's no sort of big life things or work things or any of those things that I'm particularly proud of.
Like in our house, in our garage, I've been meaning to do work on this project for about a year now.
Yeah.
I needed to create more space in the garage along one wall. I wanted to build some storage, right?
Right.
There's a lot of wasted space. The previous owner, the guy that we bought the house from, he had some stuff like a pegboard on there, but it wouldn't suit what I needed to store.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the pegboard down. I took the framing down. And I was looking up like how to do like garage shelving just on a couple of videos on YouTube and stuff, right? So I went to Home Depot, was able to buy like plywood and 2x4s, and I got all the right screws and everything. And I had my miter saw, my circular saw, all my drills, and I just created literally 2 shelves, right? I made 6 or 7 brackets, put up 2 shelves. It took me an afternoon, and I was like pretty proud of myself for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the biggest project. Like if you see a picture of it, you can tell
Like, it's homemade.
Homemade,
Right, okay.
completely basic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I didn't need nobody helped me with it. Like I
No.
did everything myself.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
something like
stuff-
that.
Yeah, I'm all for stuff like that more.
I felt massive pride when I helped my dad build his tiki bar.
Right.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then I felt personal awesome
But did you
pride.
feel pride because you were able to sort of do something manual and physical, or were you proud that you got to do something with your dad?
Well, I got to do something with my dad. So every time I
Yeah.
see it, I'm like, we did that.
But is that because you felt he was proud of you?
Oh, I never asked.
No?
No.
Did you get that feeling though?
I know he was proud of himself.
Yeah. You don't think he was proud of you though?
It's never. He never brings it up.
No.
Because I think.
Has he ever said he was proud of you?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
But not for this, because I think he takes all the credit for the tiki bar.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
But I also felt massive pride when I paid off my visa for the first time.
Oh, for God's
What
sake.
year was that?
No, recently.
You did?
No, you paid off the whole visa?
Yeah, and it's back up again.
Oh.
How much did you pay off? What was the
$1,000.
And how long did it take you to pay $1,000?
A couple of years.
Couple of years.
Yeah.
He had $1,000 on his credit card. It took him a couple of years to pay
Well,
it
because
off.
it's kind of like a wave in the pond where it goes down. And then
No,
back
it's not.
Up, it's down.
And what is it at now?
900.
Oh my God.
Well, because it's kind of like I treat it like free money.
But it's
Where-
not free money.
No, I know,
And
but
just so you know,
but my thinking is
what's your interest rate on your credit card?
I don't know.
You have no idea.
Oh my God.
But my thinking is if I could do that once,
Yeah.
I could do it again.
Don't you remember when Maury got a loan and it was like a 25% interest rate on his loan or something ridiculous like that, like 22.3% or something?
And he didn't know
He had
why.
no idea.
Yeah.
Maury was making payments and didn't know why
It was never going down.
The
It's
loan amount was still
and that's at 4,000 now.
going down.
And what was it before?
7,000.
7,000.
And how many years ago was that?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
So all your money's going towards interest.
And what do you pay per month?
$120.
Oh my God. Okay, so
You
you're
gotta
in
pay
debt
more,
with.
But I don't even know
man.
that's there.
You don't. You have no idea.
Like
it just comes right out of your
it does
account.
its own
It's fine.
thing.
Oh,
Does
guess
its
what?
own
The
thing.
bank knows.
Yeah, they know it's there.
How many credit cards do you have?
One.
Oh, okay.
And what's your limit on it? Just $1,000, right?
Does
And
Matthew have a
every
credit
single
card?
time I happen to call them or whatever, like if I need to phone them to have them take the block off,
Yeah.
they always ask me if I want to increase.
Yes.
And I say, you don't want me to have an increase.
Right.
If
Well,
I'm
actually,
calling
no.
you-
They do want you to have an increase, which is why they're asking.
Yeah, but if I'm
Yeah.
calling you to remove the block, the security block,
Yeah.
do you really think that it's wise for me to have more?
Well,
Yes,
same because
because
you're
they're gonna make more
asking
money.
them for it.
Yeah.
No, I'm asking them to take the block off
Yeah,
because I
so you
missed it.
can't have more.
What?
Oh, so what is the block?
The block is if you're late for a payment.
Right.
They put a hold.
They do?
Yeah.
How? Oh my God! You must be You must be like the worst person ever. I've never had a credit card company put a block on my card.
And every time I call and say, "Can you remove that block?" they always end up saying the same thing.
Do you want more headroom?
No, they go, "The block is removed, but it only lasts 24 hours until payment is posted." Blah blah blah.
What kind of credit card do you have?
It's a Visa.
It's a Visa though,
yeah,
right? Wow.
yeah.
I've never had. I've missed payments all the time. I've never had a block. Never have I had a block.
All the time.
So hold on a second. So for whatever item that you're looking to buy, right? When they take the block off, they only do that when you make a payment. So you have to make a payment,
then phone them,
plus pay for the item. So essentially, you're paying way more for that one thing that you wanted.
Well, because I just
what you originally thought.
Yeah, because I just bought a Golden Girls face mask, so I had to call them and say, "Can you remove the block?"
How much was that?
$8 US.
8 what?
Dollars.
Maury.
They had a.
You've been okay.
My God,
bro.
Damn it, Maury! Wow.
Okay.
What's wrong with an $8 mask?
Shush for 1 second. Okay. You have been. I have an idea of what you make, and it's good money. Okay. And Matthew makes decent money, and you've had this job now for a while. Your credit card has a $1,000 limit on it, so it's not like you are having to pay massive amounts of money every month in debt that you owe. So your money is going somewhere. You should not be at the age you are, with the job you have, with the money you make, needing to call a credit card company because you want to spend $8.
But I did pay it off once. I was very proud of that.
Does Matthew has a credit card, right?
Oh, yeah, he's very good with his money.
Oh, okay. He's not making those calls to Visa.
No, you never hear Matthew saying, "Hey, I need to spend $8. Can you take the hold off?"
He has an incredible amount of savings right now that he's like, "Do I buy a couch?" I'm thinking,
No.
I'm like,
What?
"How did you save all this money?"
Oh, he's got that COVID savings that they keep talking about, where people during COVID who make decent money, damn it, Maury, have managed to sock away all this dough because they haven't done anything. Nobody's taken a vacation. Nobody's been able to spend money in restaurants. So people they're banking cash.
Yeah.
How have you not?
Because I'm paying for all of the Uber Eats and everything that he doesn't want to, because he's like, "I'm not dipping into my savings."
Oh, wow. That is a healthy relationship.
Okay, Chantel has a question here that reads, how do you tie your shoes? Do you use the bunny ear way we were taught as children?
I was not taught the bunny ear way as a child.
Me neither. I was taught you tie it, so you tie one way, right? One goes in the other and pull.
Excuse me? Yeah. Okay.
Right? And then you make one loop and then take the string, pull it around that loop, and then pull it through.
That's the way I was learning.
That's the way I was
Is it
taught.
not the bunny way?
No, bunny ears is you make 2 loops, tie them together.
Oh, no, I do it the way you just said.
Yeah.
The first way.
Yeah, the first way.
Yeah, I was never taught the
No,
bunny ear way.
no.
I tried. I thought it was weird.
Like I see Rox do the bunny. She taught herself how to tie her shoes. I didn't even get the luxury to teach my kid how to tie her shoes. And I watch her do the bunny ears sometimes because she flips back and forth. And I'm like, it's weird to me when I see people do the bunny ears, especially as adults. When I see an adult, like at the gym or something like that, do the bunny ears when they tie their shoes, I'm like, that's weird, man. To be honest with you, it has probably been, I'm going to say, well over 10 years since I've done a pair of laces on anything that I've worn.
Really?
Well
Are
over
all
10
yours
years.
like just slip-ons?
I'm going to say 15 years.
No, you have boots with laces.
Yeah, and my boots with laces, I
Are
loosen
so loose,
I
right?
loosen them up enough to get my foot in it, and then I take those, I make a double knot, and then I twist it and I do another one. Like my laces never come undone, and I never undo them.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
No, never. Never. I don't. And then other than that, I wear flip flops.
Yeah.
But my boots with laces, I just slip my foot in, slip my foot out, never undo my laces, and I don't wear running shoes.
I find it more difficult to do bunny ears because you have to hold one bunny ear with one finger.
Yes.
Right? With
And
one
then
set
the
of
other one
pinchers.
with the other one.
And then the other one, you have to make the bunny ear and hold it with the other pinchers.
Yes, that's right.
That's what I find
Yes,
difficult.
it's
I
difficult.
remember, guys, when I was a kid, man, my dad was so disappointed. So I guess my dad is the one who taught me how to tie my shoes, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, maybe I just didn't remember or I wasn't paying attention. And this kid at my school was showing me how to tie my laces. And then I
Right.
came home and I was like so proud. I was like, yo, I was at school today, had a great day.
Yeah.
And then Attila taught me how to tie my shoes. And I know how to tie my laces now, everybody.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, no, I'm the one that taught you how to tie your laces. Not Attila at school.
Oh, you gave the credit to some girl at school, huh?
Some guy. His name.
some guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is your
It's
dad
not
still
cool.
mad about that?
That's not cool, man.
No. I mean,
That's
I don't
not
think
cool.
so.
You know what kids do now, and I don't know if your boy does this yet, but Roxy is like tight shoes are the absolute most important thing about shoes. She will put her shoe on and grab the laces like she's tying hockey skates.
Oh,
She'll
really?
wrap them around her hands and pull them with all her weight. We bought her a pair of the Rock Under Armour runners.
Yeah.
She owned them for 3 weeks before she ripped them apart tying them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why do they have to be so tight?
Destroyed them. No idea. She just she likes tight shoes, and she ruined them. Like brand new shoes.
Really?
Put her hand around everything else, and the laces ripped through the loops.
Really?
Yeah.
I will say those Rock, not because I'm a Rock fan, but those Rock Under Armour kicks, I own, I think, 4 pair.
Yeah.
They are comfortable as hell.
Yeah, she loved them. But then we got another pair and she ruined those, right?
Yeah.
So two pair, right? Two pair she ruined, and then we told her we have to get her other running shoes that are not that because she just keeps destroying them.
Or she needs to not use laces and use chains or something.
Yeah, well,
Or try Skechers, no laces. You can't tie them.
No, Skechers have laces. She has
No,
tons
like the
of-
ones I wear. Then she can't do anything.
No,
to them.
but you can't. Kids can't go running in those things, though, right? And it's very specific because she has to have black ones for school. So if they didn't have to be black, our world would open up on what shoes we could be able to get her.
Yeah.
Right, but you're very limited, especially in kid sizes.
Yeah.
With just all black runners.
No,
right?
Cruz is still with the Velcro.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely. Still with the
Did you
Velcro.
teach him? I love Velcro shoes. You can make X's with them. And
oh my God!
He's like, I did that yesterday. Andrea says here, what is your favorite cut of meat to cook with your sous vide?
Oh!
In your opinion, can the sous vide process save even the cheapest, toughest cut of meat?
Okay, so cut of meat, like when we're talking like brisket or something like that is designed to be cooked long, and you can sous vide anything, but then what you do after it, you still have to put in the work and the time, right?
Absolutely.
Like you really,
I've never done a brisket
You
yet.
really do. I haven't either. I'm not a real huge fan of brisket unless it's ground.
can you do pulled pork?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can cook pork, but then you still have to simmer it, right? Like you still have to put it in a pot and do all of that stuff. Now, what I will say is, can it save a piece of tough meat? Where's the sous vide is great is that you can buy inexpensive meat, meaning you can buy cheap steaks instead of buying the very expensive steaks. You can buy cheap chicken breasts instead of buying like the free range, grain fed, super organic. You can buy the cheap ones and you put in the sous vide and then you fry it up in a pan afterwards, and it saves that.
Yeah.
Like it'll make a $7 steak taste like an $18 steak.
My favorite in a sous vide, my absolute favorite, like chicken is great. It's the best chicken I've ever had.
Yeah.
But my absolute favorite is steak.
Steak. Yeah.
Doing steak.
Because you can't get it like that in a pan.
Yeah.
Right? It's impossible. It's not impossible. I shouldn't say that. But it is very, very difficult in your own kitchen to cook a steak that way.
Have you done eggs in your sous vide?
Yeah, I tried it. I'm not a big egg guy.
What did you try? What did you try?
Just like the sous vide eggs.
Okay.
That's what they sell at the Starbucks, right?
Yeah. So I haven't done those ones, but we
Yeah.
tried like the poached eggs a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Mashed potatoes is a surprise hit, though.
Really?
Yeah. Mashed potatoes is really good because you can put the cream and the butter and the chopped up potatoes all in the same bag and sous vide them all together. And then when you pour it out, you literally just take a hand whip and just mix it all together.
So you're taking the potato and you're peeling it and chopping it up into into cubes?
Yeah, into cubes and sticking in the bag with cream and butter. And
Yeah?
Now, don't get me wrong. I much prefer mashed potatoes, not sous vide, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's one of those things you can do.
Oh.
But for me, chicken is incredible. Steak is incredible. Where I use the sous vide is I use it at Christmas time because it saves me a massive amount of time. And prep for Christmas dinner. So I cook everything in pieces, right? So the two big breasts I do in the sous vide. Instead of having to brine them all night and everything else, I do them in the sous vide. And then I buy all my skin separately, and so I cook all the turkey skin separately.
Wait, what?
in the
What do you mean you buy the skin separately?
So I'll go.
The skin that you have with your turkey is not
Yes.
the skin from that turkey you're having?
No.
Huh?
No.
Explain.
Okay, so this is the way that I do Christmas dinner. Okay, is I go and I buy 2 breasts that they could have the skin on or skin off, whatever, but boneless, right?
Yeah.
2 separate breasts, like 2 big halves. And then I'll buy 2 thighs and 1 drumstick and 1 wing because my mom likes the wing, Rox likes the drumstick.
Okay.
And then the way that I do the breast is I sous vide the breast.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm at the butcher, a week before, I call the butcher and I say, hey, listen, anytime when you guys are putting out turkey, whether you're doing, skinless, boneless, and everybody wants different things, save me the skin. And I'll be in on Friday, and you just give me whatever skin you have. I'll even take chicken skin. And then I go in, and they gave me a giant pack of skin.
Yeah.
Okay, huge.
How much do they charge you for that?
$0. Because it goes in the garbage.
No!
$0.
You get a bag of skin for
Yes,
nothing?
for nothing, okay? Because it's going in the garbage, right?
Wow.
And so I take all their skin, and so when I'm sous videing the turkey breasts, you can do skin in a bunch of different ways. You can deep fry it, but what I was doing was flattening it all out on a piece of parchment paper on a cookie sheet, and then I take another cookie sheet that's the exact same size, and I put parchment paper on top of that, and then I squish it down. So I sandwich the skin, and then I stick it in the oven. I season it, everything else, stick it in the oven at like 350, cook it, take it out, and then I do another round, another round, another round, another round, and another round. And then so when I'm done searing my turkey at the end, and I chop all the turkey up, around the whole outside of the turkey, I just spread out all this crispy skin. And then people just pick it up, and you can dip it right into gravy. You can dip it into the mashed potatoes and eat it like a chip. Kind of thing, right?
Yo.
So that's the way I like doing skin.
You know, everyone listening right now, they're going to call their local butcher. Be like, yo, save me some skin.
Yeah, that's the way I like doing skin because I like
Wow,
it
I didn't know that.
because when there's so much moisture in a turkey breast that it's very difficult to get super crispy skin because the layer underneath the turkey breast is so fatty, right? That the only other trick that you can do that works is if you have turkey breast or chicken breast with skin on, put it in the sink, boil your kettle, and pour boiling hot water right over top of the skin.
I read that if you rub butter under the skin layer.
No. Boiling hot water. It's what they do with Peking duck, right? So but they blanch it first in boiling water, and then the skin super tightens up and it gets really pimply, right? Like really bubbly.
Yeah.
And then what that does is it starts the cooking process. And then when you do cook it, that will crisp up like nothing you've ever had before. It'll be the best like chicken skin or turkey skin that you've ever had. But I just buy it all separately and just fan it out on the table. And everybody gets these big, giant, long, like it looks like, when you go to a restaurant, they put the flatbread in the dish and that's what it looks like, right?
Really?
They're these big, long pieces of skin that are hard and crispy like a chip, and you just dip it into the mashed potatoes, dip it into the gravy, and eat it like that.
I have an odd craving for skin right now.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. But I'll tell you, Catherine does not like 3 days before Christmas opening the fridge and just seeing a giant bag of skin in there.
Gross.
It's not good.
Hit us up on Instagram. You'll see when we post a picture that reads Ask Razamoga. That's where we get these questions that we are answering. They come directly from you. So thank you very much. This has been the Razamoga Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.